Hello, 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 and welcome to the stream. Hope y'all are doing well today. Welcome any lurkers. Happy, I guess, 4th for the people who are celebrating it. I personally didn't do too much today, just like plain old for the most part. But, I mean, for those who celebrate, I hope you've had a wonderful 4th of July. Today we are doing a bit of a different thing than, I guess, usual. I came across this ROM hack, like, here, I'll actually open it up on this side. Hopefully everyone can see. I came across this ROM hack. Like, honestly, maybe like 2 days ago. I saw that this one streamer who I watch, which obviously you probably know I've talked about him before, but Vinesauce was streaming it. And I was like, oh my god, this is so freaking funny. I don't have experience with Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright. So, I mean, but I do love Zelda. So I was just really looking forward to just seeing what this ROM hack was all about. I mean, it seems like it's gotten a really, dedicated community as well. I mean, I saw the trailer. It seemed like it was awesome. So yeah, today we are going to be playing some Legend of Zelda Hero of Law. And I'll just go ahead and start a new game. Existing save data will be overwritten. Yeah, I did like a test run earlier, but it wasn't much. So, I mean, it does run. It does function, so that's the good news. But yeah, the music was really cool for this. And it just seems like such a well-made fan project. It's so quiet. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation? No one could make such a blunder, princess. Oh? Well, I guess I should just go in then. Oh? Oh my god. Malon, how could you? March 17th, 9:37 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. You'd think that after so many years of doing this, I'd be used to the stress. So why am I shaking? I guess it's a lot worse when it's your friend's life that's on the line. Come on, gotta look professional. She can't see you like this. Speaking of her, though, where is she anyway? Hey, you over there! Huh? What is it, attorney? The trial isn't starting yet. But it will be soon, right? Would you happen to know why my client isn't here yet? I didn't get to speak much with her when she was arrested, so I was hoping I could at least exchange a word with her now. Wow. Well, you weren't the only one with the idea. I believe she is currently in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh, I love the Ace Attorney sound effects, dude. He wanted to talk to her as well. What? What is up with this guy? He bars me from the crime scene, blocks my detention center visits, and now this? Not to worry. She will definitely be here before the trial. Great. That'll be a joyous 5 minutes indeed. But there's nothing I can do but wait. Okay. Sometime later. Okay, this is ridiculous. How much longer can he keep her? Wait, so I can open up the court record on the top right. Hold on, let me just see. Oh, this is awesome. Attorney's badge. Proof that I can stand in court as an attorney. Oh, and it has the portraits. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, Malon, age 27, my longtime friend and the defendant in this case, and Talon, the victim, owner of Lon Lon Ranch and Malon's loving father. Okay. Ah, there she is. No need to get all worked up. Is something wrong? Did I hear shouting? So much for looking for professional. No, don't worry. Everything's fine. This is Malon. Ever since we met in Hyrule Castle Town all those years ago, we've been great friends. Her heart's in the right place. I know she cared deeply about her father. She was framed, though, by someone. If everything's fine, why do you look so worried? Well... How'd the investigation go? Did you find anything? Yes, the investigation. I found tons of, groundbreaking stuff. Particularly that my opponent's a real scumbag. What did the prosecutor want from you anyway? Well, it was mostly just threats. He kept explaining in detail what'll happen to me if I'm found guilty. What the hell? Doesn't sound like a vital discussion that needed to happen right before the trial. You're just scolding her? He probably just did that so we wouldn't have as much time to talk. You believe in me, right? I didn't do it. I'd never. Can choose. I wonder, like, I don't know how Ace Attorney normally works. Like, if I choose to, like, be mean to the defendant, will that come back to bite my ass? I have no clue. I'll just say, of course I believe you. Of course I believe you. Although, I'll be honest, things aren't looking very good right now. What's that you've got there? Oh, this is just a pictograph of father I carry around. I can't believe he's gone. I wish I knew how to cheer her up right now. I'm not very good at handling emotional clients. Hey, you know, that pictograph could be really useful for the trial. How so? Oh, well, you look so happy together. I can present it to show you two had a good relationship. I mean, it's just a photo. I'm not sure how good it holds up as evidence, but sure. You really think so? Ah, well, here you go then. Malon's pictograph is added to the court record. At least I'll be walking in there with something other than my badge. But wait! We shouldn't just be idly chatting. Anyway, there's not much time left. I know it's hard to talk about, but could you actually tell me what happened? I don't stand much chance if I don't know your version of the story. I understand. Unfortunately, really isn't much to... The trial is starting! Defendant, attorney, please enter the courtroom at once! Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that stuff about having no chance. Alright. Everything will be fine. The prosecutor has been playing me for a fool since this began, but sooner or later his arrogance will be his undoing. Let's head inside. My name is Link. I have been a defense attorney for the last 7 years. I won my fair share of cases, and lost some too, but this one is personal. There's so much at stake here. Not only do I have to save Malon's life, but I gotta find out who did this to Talon. Talon. He was always so kind. He didn't deserve this. I need to do him justice. I can't lose this! Who's in the top right? I see a little, like, ice climber looking fella. Okay. Order up! Court is now in session for the trial of Malon of Lon Lon Ranch. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I sincerely doubt that. What were they thinking, pitting me against some pathetic kid? I love Link's shirt. Oh my god. Still your tongue. You bring shame upon the fine color of your hair, vile woman. Before long, the world shall know the horrible deeds you've committed. Let us not prolong the inevitable. Shall we begin? Now, this court is no place to be exchanging insults. Yeah, pretty unprofessional of you, Ganon. Or Ganondorf, I should say. Since the prosecution seems ready as well, let's hear their opening statement. This opening statement shall also be the closing one. The girl did it! It's obvious! She killed her own father in cold blood. All so she could have the ranch to herself. Couldn't wait for the old fool to die, naturally, could you, you greedy little rat? Your Honor, you can't allow this man to verbally abuse the defendant like this. Hold on, let me move this window down a little bit. Right over here. Objection! Ha! She committed murder, kid! She deserves every bit of scorn that she gets. Oh, it's still unprofessional of you, Mr. Ganon. I do believe a little less commentary wouldn't go amiss. Ah! I assure you, old man, you will change your opinion once you see all of the damning evidence. Who is this guy? How can you speak to the judge like that? Ganondorf Dragmire. Looks like I've been lucky to avoid meeting this man until now. The stories I've heard about him must be true. A boorish barbarian of a man hailing from the Gerudo province. Apparently, he prides himself on the nearly clean streak he's cultivated for decades. All the while disrespecting everyone in the court, including the judge. I've even heard some attorneys refer to him as the King of Evil. The faces are amazing. It definitely has that look at the very least. Who wears a full armor to court? Ba ba ba. Very well. Please present your case to the court. You don't seem to like me talking, so I'll just let the detective present the basics. Bring Impa of the Sheikah Force to the stand! No way! Ah, here we go, the first battle. I know Impa, she's quite a competent detective. Which worries me. Please let her have made a mistake just this once. Oh no. I can't get over these costumes, dude. They're so good. Stone-faced Impa. Alright, state your name and whatever it is you pretend to do. You never change, do you, prosecutor? Any possible change would be for the worse. Now stop wasting time! Oh man. Very well. I am Impa, head detective of the Sheikah Force, Homicide Division. True for now, at least. Well, what are you waiting for? Start talking! You are the one who was assigned to this case, so you know all about it. What calamity, haha, okay, calamity, has befallen our kingdom? Still can't be bothered to give a proper opening statement? Gosh, I never noticed Impa's, eyelashes right underneath her eyes. She doesn't really have anything above, but there's just white eyelashes right below. I don't know if that's just a sprite thing. Anyways, I suppose I can do the prosecutor's job for him this time. For the sake of an unbiased look. Please go ahead, detective. The incident happened early morning on Lon Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located just south of the castle town. So I can't present this until it's actually relevant, can I? Yeah, probably. Anyways, the incident happened earlier yesterday morning on Lon Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located just south of Castletown. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch house. A tragic loss for our kingdom for sure. I have seen the man around Castletown a number of times, delivering goods. Quite. The owner was a rather important figure in the local community. In any case, we were alerted to the scene of the murder by the Royal Guard, who were there on official business. Official business? What kind? As I understand, the ranch provides the kingdom with vital services. To ensure it is operating as it should, and as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. I see. A scheduled annual visit. Continue, detective. When the Sheikah Force arrived, they found the victim bleeding out onto the floor. Next to him lay his daughter, Malon, breathing but unresponsive. After a thorough investigation, we arrested her, as she was deemed the only possible culprit. That about covers the gist of what happened. Very nice and succinct. Keep that up and perhaps you will keep your job. Ho ho! I don't think the good detective here has to worry much about that, given she was the head of the department. Which reminds me, why is the head of detectives herself on a case like this? Were the other detectives unavailable? Ah, that would be because I have been assigned to this case by order of the King of Hyrule himself. The king himself assigned to you? That doesn't happen very often, does it? You are correct, Your Honor. I am not usually involved in field work like this. This time, however, the king felt it unnecessary because of who is involved. Who is involved? Is the death of a ranch worker really such a concern for the king? Well, as I said, Lon Lon Ranch is a very important supplier of goods, to be sure. But that's not who I meant. I imagine the king wanted the top investigators on this job because it was the royal princess herself who discovered the crime scene. Zelda! Order! I will have order! The royal princess Zelda witnessed the crime? Ha! And there you have it! This case rides on the princess's own words. To doubt it would be to doubt your own royalty. This is bad. I can't really object to that. Okay. Very well. If the princess is testifying today, it's better we don't make her needlessly wait. Okay, Zelda, come out! Please testify about exactly why the defendant was arrested. Witness testimony. The reasons for arrest. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. All the evidence points towards this girl being the culprit. Aw, man. We determined that murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. There are only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out onto the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that was what was used to kill the victim. She seems like such a bright girl. It's most unfortunate. Your Honor, I would like to submit these pieces of evidence to the court. First, I have an autopsy report, performed by the Crown's top coroner. Oh, can I open it up? Here is what we determined to be the murder weapon, which we took from the defendant's hands. Autopsy report. Autopsy. Oh, yeah. Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. Victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. Okay. Saw was added to the court record. Huh. Okay. What else does this say? Saw, supposed murder weapon found in Malon's hands, clean of blood. Oh. Well, that wouldn't really make any sense. Why would it be clean of blood? This should be used as evidence against it. That's okay. I see. To make sure we had the correct weapon, we conducted a very thorough investigation. Naturally, we searched everyone and thoroughly examined the ranch and its vicinity. Nothing unusual was found, but to be safe, we also checked the ranch's inventory list. The ranch has its own inventory to see whether anything was missing. The list matches the items we found on the ranch exactly, and nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. Ranch inventory was added to the court record. Okay. That does sound quite compelling. This must have been a truly terrifying scene. Dying from a wound made by a weapon like this is extremely painful. It still doesn't have any blood! How could it be a bad weapon if it doesn't have any blood? How could it be the weapon? What happened? Huh? She killed a ghost? Does Malon not have any blood? There's clearly blood in the scene. This only happens to prove the defendant's viciousness. At this rate, they're going to paint Malon as some heartless monster. We have evidence already that we can use! It doesn't have blood on it! It's not viable. There's one more thing I feel I should mention for the sake of completeness. Shortly after we arrived at the ranch, the courier showed up to take some milk shipments. Of course, business must go on. Is this really necessary to enter into evidence, though? The shipments did end up leaving the ranch, so I feel it bears mentioning. Were the contacts checked before you let them go? I love Link's little lip-syncing, mouth animations. Everything about this project is so cool. Naturally, who do you take us for? Even though the worker handling the shipments did get quite worked up about it, we cracked all the boxes open to check what was inside. In the end, it did turn out to be milk bottles, so we let them through. Very well. Thank you for your thoroughness, detective. Milk shipments added to the court record. Nice. So, what happens now? Well, this is where I step in and perform a cross-examination. Ah, great! How does that work? I don't even know, huh? Could you explain what you're going to be doing? Can't hurt to go over this again. Sure, why not? I don't know what is going on either, so I hope that it'll work. Okay, this is probably an Ace Attorney thing. The witness will repeat her testimony. I'll be able to scroll back and forth through the individual statements by pressing A and B, or the D-pad, I guess, controls. They'll repeat as many times as you want? That's right. I'll have to consider every little detail, can't miss a thing. If I want more information about something, I can use L or Z to press the statement and ask the witness a question. Grill them for info! Yep. Since the witness has to come up with an answer on the spot, if they're lying, prompting for more information can help them make them slip up. More importantly, though, if I find something that doesn't line up with the evidence, I can press R to bring up the court record. The court record is basically a list of all the evidence, right? Yes! I can open it at any time if I need to recheck the facts. After choosing the contradicting item, I'll press up and raise an objection and present my doubts to the court. Oh, and I can not only present evidence, but profiles as well. Profiles? The court record contains a list of all the people involved, too. I can switch between evidence and profiles with R. This seems very intimidating. I'm not good at this. If I need to review what's been said recently, I can also press start to see a history of messages. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Is the defense done whispering? Sorry. If he's so upset about it, why doesn't he just press right to skip ahead? Okay, I see. The defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Bah! A waste of time! I sincerely hope you're not implying the standard court procedure is a waste of time, Mr. Dragmire. In any case, we're ready, defense. Please begin the cross-examination. Ooh, okay. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. All events points towards the girl being the culprit. We determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. There is only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. The defendant, who was found unconscious right in front of the victim, was bleeding out on the floor. So if I choose the wrong thing, will I get screwed? She was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that's what was used to kill the victim. She seems like such a bright girl. That's most unfortunate. I don't see how you could counter against this. But, can I, like, talk about this? Hold it over here? And how can you be so sure of this? Look at the autopsy report. Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. The saw was the only sharp implement in the ranch house that could produce such a wound. But it still doesn't have blood on it, so I don't know if that's just like a part which... Did they clean it after the autopsy or whatever? I don't get it. None had recent blood on them. That still doesn't necessarily mean the saw is the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit hid the real one. Oh yeah? Prove it then. I definitely don't have any way to do that. Still, something bothers me about what I saw. About that saw. So you have nothing? What a waste of time. It wasn't a waste of time. I can present the saw and say that it has blood on it, right? Or it doesn't have blood on it? What's the button to do this? I think it's this. There, objection! Huh. This seems like a fairly large oversight. I just want to make sure of something. Wasn't the Ace Attorney fuck? Yeah, welcome, Q! I don't know, I saw this in a YouTube video, and I basically didn't want to spoil myself. It looks like a really well-made, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, like, Zelda fan game, so I'm trying it out. Welcome in, though. How you doing? Happy 4th if you celebrate it. I did nothing. I did nothing today. I just want to make sure of something. The state of the saw is currently in is how, okay, well, they have some typos, that's fine. How you found it at the crime scene? That's correct. It doesn't have blood on it! That's strange, considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was. Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon? Ha! Is that all you have? Huh? What do you mean, is that all I have? That shows that it wasn't the weapon. What, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean? What do you mean? Behold, this cloth was found in the defendant's other hand. Oh my god. I didn't see that before. As you can plainly see, it is stained with blood. The defendant simply wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide her involvement. That's insane. Objection! If Malon was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene? He's got a point! Bah! Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the ranch. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she had stumbled upon the scene. There's a lot of, leaps in logic that is happening over here. Ugh. Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. The court accepts the bloodied cloth into evidence. Okay, that's a problem. So, what's the story with this cloth? Well, as I was doing a final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. What? Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gets a bit too rowdy, you know? Right. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. But then the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Oh, goddesses, are you okay? Well, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a lot though, so I used the cloth to quickly bandage the wound. I was actually going into the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence. Huh, a likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. Couldn't she just, like, show her wound to the court? The Sheikah force had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. Oh, I do have to give her some credit. She is one cunning woman. I love how they're trying to, like, interweave the Zelda lore into this as well. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand. Ho ho! Why yes, fairies are wonderful! Just the other day I slammed my hand with a gavel and one took the pain off immediately. Great, glad to know they're used for such important things. God, but dang it, too bad there's no way to tell whose blood is on the cloth. Yeah, I guess we couldn't. Unless there's I mean, if this was real life, we could be able to tell that. I do believe this matter has been settled. I am ready to call my next witness. Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her? You have served your purpose, Sheikah. Be gone. Fine. But you had best treat Her Highness with respect, or I'll see to it that you'll spend the night in the dungeons. Do not presume to threaten me, Sheikah. A night of darkness and solitude would be nothing but comfort for me. Is that so? Then perhaps we should fill the dungeons with lit candles for the occasion. They're glaring daggers at each other. If this doesn't end soon, we're all in trouble. Order, order! I'm sure we'll treat the princess with utmost respect. You may step down, detective. This case has already made me weary with all the pointless jabber. The time is ripe to deal the final blow. I call Her Highness Princess Zelda of Hyrule to the stand. No way. What does she have to say? She was just the one who walked into it. Link is winded. Is something the matter? Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden? Ah, Your Highness! I believe we're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. It is quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in these halls. Bah! In the face of the law, the princess is no different from a peasant. Name and occupation. The prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess. Derogatory? I simply wish not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure. Oh man. It is all right, detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. On this stand, I am just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment. Very admirable, Your Highness. We can all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in its future. Yes, indeed. Are we gonna talk about the court case? I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom in their image. Oh my god. He wants to take over Hyrule. Okay. In ordinary Ganon fashion. You flatter me, prosecutor. Now then, I believe I was asked for my name and occupation? I am Zelda, current princess of Hyrule and heir apparent to the throne. Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at Lon Lon Ranch to witness this terrible incident? It is simple, really. Lon Lon Ranch is Hyrule Castle's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's royal guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit as a gesture of goodwill and to ensure the quality of the steeds. Oh, okay. This happens to be coincidental that I guess it happened that Talon was dead when you walked in. Once a year. Jeez. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used by the royal guard. Yep. We work hard every year to make sure that they're in the best condition possible. Father loved to boast about it to the other ranch owners. Ha! Knowing Talon, I'm sure he did. How unfortunate that the ranch may no longer meet the Crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust. We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high. Yes, of course. Now then, please describe what you saw on the day of the incident. Very well. Here I go! Witness testimony. Okay. The scene behind the door. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little after 8 a.m., accompanied by my loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing that. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch's owner's chest with the saw she was holding. I was overcome with fear and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such horrible violence. Oh. What? Yeah, welcome, Kat. Did you do anything special to observe 4th of July? No. Jack shit. This is just another day, ordinary day for me. Personally, which is why I'm streaming, I guess, on the night of 4th of July. We'll see if we hear loud fireworks later tonight, but yeah, nothing too special. Not a real patriot, SMH? I'm not. Or SMG, shaking my yacht? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm very much not. Oh my! You saw the very moment the victim was killed? There you go! Decisive testimony. There is no need to doubt the princess's statement. I call for the judge to make the ruling right away. Objection! Hey now, hold on. You're an all-star. I didn't get to cross-examine the witness yet. You haven't, fool, because there is no need. Did you not hear one word of what I said? I don't get how Zelda would just say that she saw them getting killed. That's not even true. Didn't you just say we should follow all procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? This is the defense's right. You complete. Oh, I believe the defense has a point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination, no matter who is testifying. I was quite looking forward to this part myself. Even I had a 4th of July celebration, I'm not even in America. What did you do for 4th of July? I mean, my celebration will probably be just being terrified of fireworks happening tonight and probably staying awake because of the fireworks that are happening in the night. But yeah, no, we don't usually do too much for 4th of July every year, honestly. It is nice that we get the day off for work, though. I've only ever read about court proceedings in the Royal Library. The thing is, I do feel like the people who I talk to who celebrate 4th of July, usually the stuff is like, you know, you have like a BBQ outside, maybe. Smoke some meats and all that stuff. But I'm vegetarian. I don't even know what I would do to celebrate 4th of July. But yeah, no, I'm just existing today. That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations towards the princess. Is that clear? Naturally, Your Honor. How am I going to cross-examine the princess? This isn't going to end well. What's gotten into the prosecutor? This seems like a rather intense outburst. Well, the prosecutor's just a freak. That's the thing. Well, I do have a guess. Oh? Because of the princess's status, it's possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her. Oh, okay. That might mean this testimony is a surprise even to him. Oh my god, this could be my chance. Okay. Before we begin, there was just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle at the crime scene. This is true. That would be this, I presume? Okay, he had it already. Yes, that's exactly it. Para, hello, welcome. Glad you could make it. Okay, just for a brief, like, I guess update for anyone who's coming in and is wondering what the fuck this is. Ace Attorney, also, sorry I was late, I was drawing art, no worries at all. You should send that. You should send it to me. Anyways, yeah, no, for anyone who wants, like, a quick, like, update on what's happening in this game. So, Talon, the owner of, like, I think, like, the bar, the milk bar or whatever, I know Majora's Mask. He, and Malon's father, he was killed. Talon was killed. It's in a server you're in, so wait, oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, no, so Talon, this guy over here, he was killed, and Malon was lying down in front of the crime scene, passed out. There was blood all over him, she had a saw in her hand, and she's getting accused of murdering him. And there's like, oh, there's other characters who I didn't actually look at. Judge, jolly old man who has presided over some of my cases. And Ganondorf Dragmire. You know, I never knew that Ganondorf's last name was Dragmire until this game. Prosecutor assigned to the case. Rude to others, easily angered. And Impa, head of detectives, assigned to investigate the case. And then Princess Zelda. Oh, look at that portrait. Heir apparent to the royal throne. A witness to the murder. Okay. But yeah, so Malon is really scared because she is getting accused, and when we believe that she is being wrongfully accused, with no evidence right now, but eventually we're gonna see if there's evidence. She had a saw in the shape of an L in her hand, and basically, I mean, this is the exact shape of the saw, but you know, pretty much. Maven, hello, welcome, man, how's it going? And happy 4th to the folks who celebrate it. I don't, which is why I'm streaming. tonight. But yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Happy Friday, happy 4th. Yeah, Malon's pictograph is just... I mean, this, I guess, could be used as proof that she cares about her family, but I don't know if that's actually a good thing to have. Yeah, autopsy report, deep irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. Victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. And there's a saw. Ranch inventory. I have not actually looked at this. Okay, 15th of March. Oh yeah, and in case you're wondering what this is, Mayrin, this is a ROM hack. This is like a really cool ROM hack that was released like 2 days ago. That's like an Ace Attorney meets Zelda Ocarina of Time kind of thing. But yeah, there's rakes, garden hose, buckets, hammers, knives, wood saw. There's one wood saw. Okay. I don't know if there's anything that pops out to me as strange just looking at this. And then let's see what else. Milk shipments. Some orders of milk that was left that left the ranch a little while after the crime. And then bloodied cloth. Found clutched by Malon at the crime scene. Supposedly she wiped the saw clean with this. It still doesn't make sense that she would wipe the saw clean, but you know. Why yes, that is exactly it. What is that? Oh, this is the bottle of perfume that father intended to gift to her highness when she arrived. He quickly rode out to town to get it at the last moment. Oh, okay. We didn't know that the princess was coming inside of the king? Wait, what? Am I reading this right? Wait, what? What is this dialogue? We didn't know that the princess was coming. Oh, instead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm illiterate. Oh, instead of the king until only about 2 hours before the visitation. Oh, how thoughtful! He really did not need to bother himself so. As fascinating as this all is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case. Objection! It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle to be accepted into evidence. Bah! Desperate to latch onto every little thing, are you? Whatever. You can add it to the evidence if it'll make you happy. No skin off my teeth. In that case, the court accepts this bottle into evidence. I want to see what's actually going on with this perfume bottle. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination. Okay, I'm a little bit unsure of what I actually want to talk to this person about. Perfume, let's drink it. It's evidence, Para! We should not drink the perfume, that is evidence. So let's just look this over again. What is Princess Zelda, by the way, was the person who walked in and saw Talon's dead body. So this is why she's testimonying. Is testimonying a word? Testimoning? I don't know. Anyways. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little after 8 a.m. accompanied by my loyal guards. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the saw that she was holding. So, here is the issue, dialogue, right? We know that Zelda did not see, Malon killing Talon. I'm pretty sure, like, from the opening cutscene, we saw that. I was overcome with fear, and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. I heard Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such horrible violence. So, I'm just gonna press her on this, probably. I don't know what exactly I can use as evidence against this, but... I may as well just question. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You were there at the exact time of the murder, Your Highness? That is correct. That's impossible! You're lying! The defendant will curb her outburst. You're addressing royalty! Thank you for the lurk, Mayrin. I guess that you don't celebrate 4th of July, or if you do, well, I hope you're having a good Friday, either way. This is really bad. What now? Ask about crime scene, ask about what was outside, accuse Zelda of the crime? I mean, I'm watching a Symphony Night stream real. I feel like if I accuse Zelda, then I mean, she is lying, so I want to accuse her, but I can't. That's not the right thing here. What on earth is this? This is a really cool looking ROM hack for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time thing. I saw it literally like yesterday in a YouTube video, and I basically downloaded it immediately, didn't spoil myself at all, so I could experience it myself. But yeah, this is Ace Attorney meets Zelda Ocarina of Time. Malon, this guy over here, let me just show you. This guy got killed. Yo! Prime Gamer! Thank you for the 7 months, Sync. I really appreciate the support. And I appreciate you dropping by for this kind of abnormal stream of mine as well. I kind of want to do something different today. So we're doing this. I just thought it was really cool, and I'm glad you guys are dropping by to see it as well with me. But yeah, Talon got killed. Malon is being accused because she was lying down next to the crime scene, passed out with a saw in her hand. I don't know what I should say here. Ask about the crime scene, I guess? Where were the victim and defendant at this time? The ranch owner was in front of a little table that was directly across the entrance door. The defendant was right in front of him, quickly fainted after attack. So maybe she'll say something that's incorrect over here. A large pool of blood started forming where the victim was. I had a rather good view of the whole scene. Right. It is as unfortunate as it is unfortunate that you could see the whole thing. As it is fortunate that you could see the whole thing in such detail. She's traumatized, in other words. Now, please continue. Should I ask something else? Yeah, I mean, we need to catch him in a lie somehow. Ask what was outside. Are you sure there wasn't anyone else at the ranch, Your Highness? No, the place looked pretty empty. Although I did later see a worker pull up a loaded wagon when a courier came asking about milk shipments. That sounds accurate, I think. He caused a little bit of a scene when the Sheikah force started inspecting it. Oh, what? That worker must have been somewhere else on the ranch, I suppose. The ranch is pretty large. Said worker was inside of a building on the other side. It is quite understandable she wouldn't have seen him until later. Link looks fire in the suit though. I know, right? He's got the little tie and everything. No, I mean it when I say that, like, I was floored by the little I saw in the trailer for this ROM hack, so I just said, you know what? I'm gonna stream it. It shouldn't take too long either. I think this will probably be a one-off stream if I can, because I think it's like 3 to 4 hours long. There's just the first case, I think. That's released so far. A drat. This really doesn't give me a whole lot to work with. Should I ask something else? Yeah, it doesn't really give me much. Let me accuse Zelda of the crime, I guess. Maybe if I put her under hot water, she'll react? Well, if you were there alone, how can we know you didn't do it? Accusing the princess? Pathetic. The defense is truly grasping at straws. You fool! You think a child could overpower a grown adult? One who does hard manual labor every day? Dude, Malon is also a child. And besides, why would a princess even want to take the life of a measly ranch owner? And not just any ranch owner, one that the crown had a most successful business relationship with. Idiotic, simply idiotic. Well, maybe the crown wanted the ranch for themselves? Ooh. Has the defense lost their mind? Does me asking questions or choosing dialogue options actually work against me in any case with an Ace Attorney? I don't know anything about Ace Attorney. I don't know if I can actually screw this up accidentally. Cease this line of questioning immediately. Perhaps the penalty will disabuse the defense from further unsubstantiated accusations? Oh! No, it's fine. No? Then perhaps the defense wants to bid farewell to their head? I don't want to have hearts, please! No, I don't want to have life. I don't want to die. I hear traitors are dealt with swiftly these days. Oh no. I extend my most sincere apologies. I don't know what came over me. Nonetheless, I believe a penalty is still very much warranted. This is when I should start to realize that I should probably save state in this game in case I die. Oh, it's so bad. Okay, save state. The sassy finger from Ganon. I know, right? No! Well, that was a stupid thing to say. There is definitely something off about her statement, though. Should I ask something else? Like, I don't know. She says that there's nothing over there. Could I use the milk shipments as... So you can die in Ace Attorney is what I'm understanding here, by the way. I don't know. I don't know what to actually... Something is wrong here. But I don't think that anything over here actually could be pointed towards... Milk shipments? Could this be used as evidence against? I don't know. Okay, that's enough for now. I will never forget what I saw that day. So we've checked that. The room is mostly empty. There is a table with some crystal bottle in it. Maybe I could talk about the crystal bottle? You paid attention to something like that after seeing a murder princess? You know, he's got a point! Yeah, why was she staring at the bottle? Well, I spent a rather long time in there waiting for the Sheikah Force to arrive. Plus, that bottle is quite beautiful. It just stood out. Okay. I guess she had nothing to say over there. Room was mostly empty. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch and went inside. Can I question this? And what then? Stop interrupting and let her get to the point! Defense! I believe I was clear about not badgering the witness. Oh no. That didn't damage me, did it? Okay, no, it's fine. A little after 8 a.m. Oh, no, this is the issue! This is the issue, because the autopsy report said that the victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. Wait, if it died of blood loss... So the victim died no later than 8 a.m. Right? In the autopsy report? And then she says she arrived a little after 8 a.m. So the victim was dead before. Okay, this is probably where... Let me just present this. I think I'm... No, not the badge, not the badge. No, I did not. That was a misinput. That was a misinput. No. Okay, I just lost another life. Shit. That's your attorney's badge. No, wait, hold on. That was a misinput. Oh my god, he's an attorney. Attorneys are very smart. Clearly, we should listen to everything he says. Wait, we should? No! Wait, that didn't hurt me, did it? Okay, it's fine. I meant to show this. The autopsy report. Yeah. And the music stopped. That must be a good sign. Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match up with the facts. How dare you question the princess? That's... You will let the defense speak, prosecutor. I think I see why he so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Your Highness, you stated that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 a.m., correct? Yes, the visit was scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we were quite a bit early. Zelda is a filthy liar. I see. That makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As stated by the autopsy report, the victim died before 8 a.m. Ha! Daggers! You couldn't have seen the defendant attack, because the victim was already dead by then. Yo! Let's go! Order! Yes, you've caught her in a lie! Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? While I wholeheartedly respect and serve the crown, I will nonetheless not tolerate lies in my court. I have not lied, She's so sad! It serves her right, she's a filthy liar. I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. I guess I only thought I did. Princess, this is a matter of life and death! I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. there is no one else who could have done it. I remember all the other details correctly. The body's on the floor of the pool of blood. You have to believe me! It looked like she lost her limbs in that part. Perhaps it's best if Her Highness revises her testimony. That's not good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. I'll have to find something else, or the case will be over. Okay, so there's still some other part that I have to pick through. We got one though. That's good. I am sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack, but it had to have happened shortly before I went to the ranch house. Why would she think that lying about the like seeing the defendant attack would actually help the case though? Like, the reason we're having this in the first place is because it's dubious. Miss Malon and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. I guess she hates Miss Malon. I see. You only saw the aftermath of the scene, not the actual crime being committed. Very well. Hopefully there are no issues in your testimony this time. Defense, it's time for your cross-examination. Again! Okay, now I'm really not sure. Dragmire still looks pretty angry. I bet he didn't expect such a blatant contradiction to pop up. If I could just find another one like that, the prince's testimony would become completely untrustworthy in the eyes of the judge. Hell yeah. Oh my god, the pictures are so good. I am sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. Why can I talk against that? Why can I question that statement? I did not see the actual moment of the attack, but it had to have happened shortly before I went into the ranch house. Miss Malon and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. Hold on. Didn't she say that she saw like a guy walking around outside? Though? Are you sure Miss Malon was the only person there other than the victim? From what I recall, there's an upstairs room at the ranch house. What if someone was hiding there? Got a point. Don't be stupid, defense. If someone was hiding up there, the Sheikah force would have found them. I stood guard at the door the entire time. No one could have left. What if they jumped out a window? Don't be ridiculous. Those windows are very high up. Actually, those windows can't even be opened. They'd have to break one to leave. Right. Well, this is a little more plausible than the last testimony she gave. Yeah, it sure is. I suppose it matches the detective's account, doesn't it? Still, I feel like there's something here sticks out like a sore thumb. What else could there be? I guess that this is the other statement that has something that could be proven wrong, potentially over here. Let me just see. Hold it. How can you be so sure of that, princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded into his body. No! This is a lie. This is a lie. Objection right there. What? It is so obvious what that means, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to try and hide the weapon. Why is she such a liar? Why is Zelda such a liar? Yes, I might have not seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so. What? Oh my! This seems like a very important detail. Dude! This like breaks apart everything else! She's so wrong! I believe it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony. Certainly, Your Honor. Interesting. Dragmire certainly doesn't look very happy about this development, does he? Thinking about it, I might just know why. Well, yeah, this is just, it's not, this is just not true. Okay, hold on, let me just, F5, okay. How do I best, okay, so I'm sure that I could, just say, yeah, it says in this report itself that the murder weapon was found in Malon's hands. It wasn't in the victim's body. So I can probably just put this in. Yeah, okay, cool. I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's words. It seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. There is a bloody cloth discovered at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has argued before that it was used to clean the saw, to wipe the saw clean. If the princess saw the saw, if the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body, and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped. The zoom in, dude! That's so extra, I love it! Well, Prosecutor Dragmire, care to explain? Rah! This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that's what you saw? Dude, we need to get Zelda out of here. She just is lying about everything. Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out in a valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim? What if Zelda is the murderer? That would be crazy. And then wipe the blade clean? And that would be almost like framing the defendant. Of course I did no such thing. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. Oh my goodness, just get out of here, get out of here, boo! Boo her off the stage. I guess I must have made up the memory about the saw sticking out of Mr. Talon as well. She's just not trustable, dude. Everyone is just a ... This is not a trustworthy source. You idiotic girl! Do you even realize what you've done through your bumbling? I am sorry. This is a court case, Zelda. You're not supposed to lie so much. I was just so excited to stand as a witness in the court just this once. Whenever I try telling my father about anything, he always seems so disinterested. Aww. Okay. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. The defendant, it is clear that she did it. I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. Zelda, this is not the way to approach things. You're falsely accusing the innocent. I am sorry for the trouble I have caused you all. She's so sad. Your Highness, the court is no place for silly games. As it stands, I'm afraid we will have to strike your statements from the court record completely. Yes, I did it! The prosecution lost their key witness. No, please wait! I have more to say. I was wrong about the crime scene, but I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards. Bah! Why would we care about that? It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocy. Even if you are not interested in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found. What? Huh? What evidence? Oh my god. Evidence? I love this music. Of course. While the Sheikah force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own. Sheikah? Did you know about this? Of course I did. You did? I'll have your head for this! Order! Order! What's the meaning of this, detective? Why have you withheld this from the court? Wait, let me just see real quickly. Okay, so she's just saying that she saw evidence, but she didn't actually say what the evidence is just yet. Okay, just want to make sure. It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her findings on her own. What? And you agreed to this? This court is not some playground where children decide when evidence should be presented just because they have a crown. He's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with Dragmire on this one. Also, I don't really buy this story. There's no way Impa would have allowed this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled with the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be all important. It would be at all important to the case. Thus, I let the princess have her fun. What is the evidence? I just want to know what it is. This is highly, highly irregular. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Prosecutor? Bah. Naturally, I object to this nonsense. If the detective thinks it's irrelevant, then this is probably just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's clear she did it, even without a witness at the scene. I see. Defense? What do we do? If we object to presenting the evidence, then Dragmire loses his key witness. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case, too. So we should agree with the prosecution? Well, on the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely you won't throw away all the progress you've made thus far. What do I do? I think the right answer here is definitely to request the evidence. I find it funny that the game even puts it as an option to ignore it. But more evidence is never a bad thing. I really hope this is the right choice. The defense requests that the evidence be presented. What? While I agree that the situation is irregular, we should still examine all evidence available. It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is. I do believe you have a point, defense. However, I must warn you. In order to admit this piece of evidence to the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony along with everything else she might say. That is fair. That makes sense. Yes, Your Honor, I am well aware. She could be lying. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance. Of all the idiotic, foolish... My god, order! Very well then. Your Highness, please testify once more about the new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation. Thank you. I will not let you down this time, I promise. The princess should understand the gravity of the situation in hand now. I just hope this evidence isn't damaging to our case. Wow. Witness testimony? My findings. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim, who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. Sorry. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. And here it is. The oil bottle I found. Ooh. Oh yeah, I've heard of this. I need to play it. Welcome, Canal. Yeah, I heard about it just yesterday and I saw the trailer. It looks like a really well-made fan project, and so far I've been having a lot of fun. So I highly recommend it if you are curious about checking it out. It's really cool. Here it is, the oil bottle I found. Wow, what good evidence, Zelda! What the hell is this? What are we gonna do with an oil bottle? Is something wrong? Oh no, this might actually be completely irrelevant. Why? Yes, well... Of course there is, foolish girl! There is this that has nothing to do with anything! Why is Zelda just like a red herring? The embodiment of a red herring! Your great finding is some random fire on a ranch? Please! What next? Are you going to declare every rake on the premises suspicious? Ha 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 ha. Well, the prosecution will calm down. This is bad. Your Honor! Despite the fact that this evidence might not seem to add anything at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to a cross-examination. Some straws have been grasped. Why? Why must you insist on this charade, defense? The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in any of her statements. I believe there might be a way to tie the princess's new evidence into the case. Ridiculous! What could it be? Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to a cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence. I don't know how we could use this. It doesn't feel like it's relevant. I just really hope this isn't a complete waste of time, defense. For your own sake and your clients. What else could I do here? Cross-examination? My findings. Apologies. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Let me actually see, what is the description of this, Okay, oil bottle found at the ranch near a burned out fire. Has a tiny bit of oil inside. It could prove that there was someone there the night before, I guess, because it's like next to a fire or whatever. Took a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air. I had to stop to see where it was coming from. Followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. Of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. Do you have any idea why there would be a fire at the ranch that day? No, it is pretty odd. This I agree with. Then it looks like it's definitely worth looking into. Although it would be hard to link it to the crime in any way. In situations like these, getting as much info as possible is my best bet. Okay, so it's just basically saying that I should question her. Sure. Let's just go through everything. Actually, this might not be worth doing. There was no need to press the princess on her apology. Although I wasted the chance to throw out her testimony. Yes, defense. Okay, I guess I can't do this one. Fair. Take a look around the ranch. Strange odor. Let me just question about this. There has to be something I can say here. A fire, huh? Now, let me remind you, defense, that there's any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of death early in the morn. Okay? Princess, how long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Oh, right. There was still smoke rising from out of the ashes, so it must have been put out early. So around the time of the crime. Okay. So someone prepared their breakfast there. I repeat, this fire is irrelevant. I think he's realized the same thing I did. Well, who was it? Who could have lit that fire anyway? It would have had to have been the ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. Oh! It was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about his little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon. Doesn't sound like it was very appetizing. But without anything concrete to pin on him, he'll just have to be able to brush it off. Okay. Took the bottle straight to the head detective. Did she? Okay, let me just see this real quickly as well. Right, and she allowed you to present it? Well, I was the one to find it, and since I was going to the trial anyway... Utter ridiculousness. Yes. Please make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness. Proper procedures exist for a reason. Yes, I understand. Do you have any idea why there would be a fire at the ranch? She's still asking about the fire at the ranch, but I don't think I have anything I can... go against over here still? Actually, hold on. Would the lamp oil have been in the ranch inventory if... Maybe not. I don't get it. Maybe that is it. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, because it doesn't mention lamp oil or anything like that, I guess. How about this one too? This is details about the fire as well. What was the smell like? Oh, it was awful! A really terrible stench! Baha! Surely you don't mean to say that you found the smell of a horse manure suspicious. Don't be ridiculous! The smell was not coming from the horses. What was the smell coming from then? What? I'm not sure about this one. Let me just save so I don't fuck this up real quickly. Okay. I'll present the ranch inventory. You lie, Your Highness, and I have the proof. Oh, okay, I guess this doesn't work. Could you be any more rude? This is royalty you're speaking to. I'm getting lectured on rudeness by this guy? Well, let's see what it is you're waving around. It's, this. You're rude and wrong, it turns out. Belligerent failures? I don't... I guess it doesn't count? Huh. Like, what else could the odor be? Huh. I guess I'll keep questioning. Let's see, what does she have to say about this? You didn't just go home? The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer. Father was not expecting us back at the ranch until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I could at least do that in the meantime. How long did it take for the Shiga to arrive at the scene? It did not take very long to make the trip to Hyrule Castle Town and Lon Lon Ranch. I cannot imagine it was more than 20 minutes. Hyrule Castle and Lon Lon Ranch? That is pretty fast, although I imagine the fact that the princess was involved helped speed it up. Slowpokes! I would be there in half that time! What? Who cares, Dragmire? I suppose it's no surprise though. Hylian horses are naturally inferior to the fine Gerudo steeds. The Gerudo buy horses from our ranch! Just don't bother, he's trying to rile you up. Urgh. And nothing? It feels like nothing over here actually goes against it. How about this? Stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived? Did anything happen during that time? No, not that I recall. The guards did occasionally protest and ask me to let them take cover, but I held my stance. Let them take over, sorry. While commendable in theory, staying in the same room as a dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you? Sweet, highly up above. That thought did not occur to me. Bah! Of course not. Foolish girl. But the guards did stand close by. I would have been safe. Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in our royal guard. Yes, of course I do. In any case... Well, it seems like 2 out of 7 is the last one that I haven't done yet. I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. This is true, but sure, let me just see. Was there anything else in the room? Only the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. The house was rather barren. Most of our things are on the top floor, since the downstairs room is mostly used for ranch business these days. And the occasional game. Ah, of course! Dad's famous cuckoo game. What? The good old days. Okay. Is the defense done reminiscing? There will be plenty of time to do that when the defendant's behind bars. I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. Oh, defense. I believe that is enough. It doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to finding a connection between this fire and the crime at all. Ugh. No, I suppose not, Your Honor. Naturally! I've said this was a waste of time since the beginning. In that case, this cross-examination is over. Thank you for your time, Your Highness. I assume you have no more revelations to share with us? No, I do not. I really thought the fire would be important. Leave my sight! Enough! Your Highness, if you'd allow me to escort you back to the Hyrule Castle. Very well. Weird. I guess the fire was somehow I don't know. Maybe I'll save to a different slot in case I can get like different endings here, because there really just wasn't much that I could directly do here. I'll change the save state over here. The prosecution's stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on its own is enough to convict the defendant. I do believe I am nearly ready to hand down my verdict. Objection! But Your Honor, there's nothing that definitively shows that Malon committed this crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father. Ah, that is an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. Patricide is not something a person commits lightly. Bah! I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement, but naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. I would like to call in my third witness! That has to be that ranch worker. Before calling him in, though, the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare. I thought you said you were already prepared? Maybe he wants to double check that his new witness won't pull something weird like the princess did. Very well. I do believe a break would benefit us all. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court is adjourned. Huh. Okay. Well, that's concerning. I still don't know if I flubbed it with the fire pit thing. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, given the circumstances. We exposed the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. Ugh, I can't believe she just makes stuff up like that. Yeah, that was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there is no need to look so glum. Oh, okay, Impa? Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know. I have? If you listen carefully, you might be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. Oh, those noises! Ganon noises! He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try to shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire? I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I am convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I am willing to explore every possibility. That fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it may be your way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press the next witness on that topic hard. That's a fair thing, yeah. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he is the only one who could have lit that fire. If he is hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You, ranch girl. Me? Try not to hold a testimony against the princess. Believe me, I am sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. You know the road to the Dark Realm is paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. What? What is this? What is this lore? Zelda's sister? That's right, the mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day? Is this canon? I don't understand what's happening, and yet no one knows what exactly happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blaming the royal guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulders. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it is a lot to handle. The princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distress some people have of the crown right now, though. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I don't get what's happening, dude. Zelda 2.0? I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy, whatever comes of this trial. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the prince's impromptu investigation. Detective Impa! Oh! What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch has just sent word of a new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address? They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh? Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess to the castle. Roger. I find it so funny that Impa just menacingly pulls out a sword every once in a while. It's just for added effect, I guess. Added dramatic effect that she'll just pull out a sword. That did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from a couple guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Hey, here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry, it's still unopened. Oh? Thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. There she goes. And she takes a big swig. Don't get drunk off of that. Ugh. I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. Why did the clue sound effect happen when she said that? Huh? Lost its flavor? But Lon Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Huh. You're right. I assume this would have come from yesterday's shipments? They're tasteless shipments? Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so... Maybe it just isn't fresh? Huh. No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. How would milk lose its flavor? What? Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? And this is all handled by Ingo, wasn't it? I think there's something odd going on. I better make some notes about this in the court record. Note about shipment's return added to the court record. Lon Lon milk added to the court record. Defense, the court is about to reconvene. Wait, let me see. Apparently, one of the milk shipments was returned to the ranch due to being misaddressed. And I guess it's one of these, right? Some of the orders of milk that left the ranch a little while after the crime. Okay. Left the ranch. Okay, got it. One of the yesterday's shipments, Impa brought it during recess. It seems strangely tasteless. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably water. I feel like the person who committed the crime replaced the milk with water for some reason. I don't know why. I guess to pretend to be a worker, even though he didn't actually have the milk. Defense! The court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. For a second I was thinking like, man, maybe the murderer numbed her taste buds or something, but seeing as it's tasteless for Link as well, it's probably just water. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn the situation around! And we get 5 hearts again! Nice! Court is back in session for the trial of Malon of Lon Lon Ranch. I trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready? Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive. For, naturally, such a heinous crime couldn't be the result of a mere happenstance. The prosecution believes the defendant had a deep desire that pushed her to the patricide. Our next witness can shed light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well, please proceed. The prosecution calls to the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. And there he is! He looks like he'd be the murderer. Yep. It's funny to see Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he's almost always wearing his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. I mean, he's wearing the same... Isn't that the same outfit he wears in the circus place? Well, I guess he wanted to dress up. The chest opening sounds. Oh my god. No, the sound cues are actually so good in this game. The music is amazing. Well, I guess he just wanted to dress up for the court, and he wouldn't want to get this nice outfit dirty by working in it. Quiet! Defense! Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, Great Honorable Prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I mind Lon Lon Ranch. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders. How long have you been working at this ranch? It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch's silo single-handedly. Whoa, that's some dedication. Very well, given that you're clearly an important employee, you're privy to some inside information, is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me implicitly. He used to say that we're like a big family, the little happy dance. My god, he's so guilty, dude. He is so guilty. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're gonna be getting loads of unpaid overtime. Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way though, did they? It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Here is the testimony. The matter of motive. Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malon. Okay. Talon became a life tenant, with Malon meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. Uh-oh. As long as Talon lived, Malon could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. That's the testimony? Oh my god, that's baseless. There you have it, testimony from a man who's just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime, and now we have a motive. Objection! How do we know he's telling the truth? Bah! I have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at the castle town notary office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare for the trial. The prosecution would like to submit the Lon Lon Ranch inheritance document into evidence. Okay, inheritance document, I see. Mr. Ingo, why would you... You should pass judgment now, Judge. The defense has nothing. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hardworking Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. Okay. And we're back over here. Let me just first see what exactly we picked up with the ranch inheritance document. Okay, Malon will inherit the ranch. If she is unable, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. Malon will inherit the ranch. Okay. That's basically what Talon wrote before he died. Okay. Signed the ranch over, Talon became the life tenant, and Malon was meant to inherit all of the assets. As long as Talon lived, Malon could not sell the ranch. So let me just question the, like, I guess, factual statements that he's putting over here, so... Let me first look at this one. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days. I'm not sure of the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Talon was getting on in years. Better to take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malon? He's telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly, witness? Hee. Hope you're enjoying your lurk, Mayrin. This is a cool little fan game. I understand it's probably like a lot of like... I've never really watched Ace Attorney streams, but it's a lot of dialogue to kind of keep in mind here. So hopefully it can serve as at least decent background noise. But I am very bad at making logical conclusions about court cases. It's pretty stressful. Let's just question him about... Okay, Talon became the life tenant with Malon meant to inherit all of the assets after his death. So Malon hadn't become the ranch owner yet? Wow, of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds lately? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes the moment ownership signed to them. Talon was no fool. I myself convinced him that it was the safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery, he could always revert to his decision. That's horrible, I'd never do that. As much as I like to believe it, you did much worse by killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give him an inch over yourself. I must concur, the younger generation is horrible. Why do you look at me while saying that? Anyway, what that meant was... Oh, blah blah blah. To be fair, I'm just hearing you yap. My mind is divided into 3 different streams. Are there 2 different Symphony of the Night streams happening right now? That's crazy. But yeah, I'm just racking my mind over court cases here. Man, I wonder if I should stream Ace Attorney at some point too. It's kind of funky to be playing this before even having Ace Attorney knowledge, really. I've seen some of my friends stream it before, and it could be fun. Although I'd probably need to recruit some friends to voice act if I did something like that. A Symphony of the Night stream and an Avatar The Last Airbender stream? What do you mean oh, like you're watching Avatar The Last Airbender too? I'm almost done with that, by the way. I have like, I think like 5 episodes left in book 3 now. The last couple episodes in Outlaw are the longest though. So I was watching it for the first time on stream. Wait, you can stream Avatar The Last Airbender on Twitch without getting banned? Hold on. While Talon lived, Malon could sell the ranch. Let's see. Hold it! But why would Malon want to sell the ranch right now? It depends. Some people do. Are they just like streaming their face reacting to it while watching it but not actually showing the show itself? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty girl like her want to work in some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown. That's not true. I love working with the animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything. Ugh. She's often slacking on the job while I, the hardworking Ingo, have to cover for her. I guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. That Talon loved to sleep on the job, too. Ho ho! I do recall being a quite funny story about the Lon Lon Ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. The guards couldn't wake him up. It took a particularly vocal cuckoo, apparently. Ah, jeez. Well, there you go. I am the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hardworking Ingo. Okay, dude. Link, that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this? Weird. She's often slacking on the job while I don't know if I can disprove whether or not you slack on the job, Malon. I'm sorry. They're streaming in Spanish. Well, I hope they don't get like fucking banned or something. Then. I don't know how it works with Twitch and like copyright stuff. Like, I know that I can stream Zelda Ocarina of Time and probably not get banned. But you know. Those are anime streamers. Oh, so you're saying that the anime, like, specifically you would probably be able to stream anime but not other things? They get banned now and again? Jesus. Like, permanently? Oh, man. Let me just keep questioning all of these. Do you really think Malon would go that far? I don't want to think about it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few years then? Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her! That's alright. Well, if Malon didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd inherit the ranch. Muhaha! That's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is this true? Yes. Father's previous inheritance document did work that way. This doesn't work in your favor, Malon! How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly a shame. Yes, naturally, the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time. I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we? This is so unfortunate! Sometimes. That sucks. Yeah, honestly, I don't think I've ever actually watched a Twitch streamer who ended up getting permabanned. I guess that, like, I don't watch people watching shows, so maybe that's the reason why. Like, I hear about it, but I don't actually have any experience with permabanning on Twitch. I don't think that Vinny Vine Sauce would get permabanned. Actually, sometimes people try to sneak in the occasional booba or caca into the stream, so maybe a little bit. I don't know. But never intentionally. It's always like unexpected when it does happen for him. Unless it's an AI? Oh. Twitch better never make it so that an AI will be automatically permabanning people. Do not give AI that kind of power. Also, welcome, Zex. How you doing? Thanks for joining in on this kind of weird stream where I'm actually trying out something different. There's this Ace Attorney X Zelda kind of ROM hack over here that I was curious about trying out, and I thought, you know what, why not stream it too, because I kind of want to record the footage. Well, yeah, hoi hoi, Zex. They happen? Oh no, not that. Oh, then what do you mean? Like striking, like... I guess you might get DMC'd by the AI a couple times, but I don't think that's a serious infringement by any means. Doing well, just did some 4th of July stuff. It's an interesting choice. Yeah. I didn't do anything for 4th of July. I more just get ads from AI stuff. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, referring to the game? Oh yeah. I don't know, I just wanted to play it. Why not stream it too? Anyways, wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like to the witness to explain. By the way, for anyone who's curious what the context of this is, Talon, the ranch owner, Lon Lon Ranch owner, got killed by someone. Malon is being framed and we're trying to defend her. That's the context here. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like with the witness to explain. Why would Malon have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day. Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he'd changed his mind already. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to the castle town to change his inheritance back to the original split. No way! What? Is this true, Malon? Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had no time to waste that day. Is this true too? Absolutely not! Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either. What to do about this argument then? Add it to the testimony. It's fucked. Oh, of course. I've got some odd games I have planned in the future called, Ribbit King. Ooh. Yeah, no, if there's one thing I really love watching, as I guess a Twitch viewer sometimes, it's learning about new cool games, right? And even in like YouTube as well. So like, I would love to kind of push towards, I mean, I obviously will still want to play retro and like indie stuff that I might see that's pretty cool and maybe popular at the time. But I would love to push towards some of the more obscure shit that I feel like should be getting more attention, you know? I learned about the Nightmare Before Christmas thanks to that. Yeah! And I want to do more shit like that. Like, right? Like, Nightmare Before Christmas game was so cool. I would love to, like, find more things like that. Maybe underrated gems. Although this game right over here, this ROM hack, I think it is actually, like, does have quite a following. I think it's really well made, which is deserved. There was an argument about the inheritance? That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requested to be added to the testimony. Very well. Witness, please do so. Poof! I'd be happy to, Your Honor. Okay, cool. Can I still talk about the argument, I guess? Ribbit King is an old GameCube game. It's a cute little frog golf game. Frolf! I love that. Where you launch frogs off of catapults and try to score a bunch of points. Oh, wait, that sounds so fun! Wait, I should look into that too. Maybe I should play it. Old GameCube game. It seems like it's probably pretty underrated too, seeing as I haven't heard of it before. About what time did this happen? First thing in the morning, I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I had just walked out to the front door of the ranch when I heard some yelling erupt from behind me. Do you remember any specifics about what was said? Oh yes, it surprised me enough that I stopped listening for a minute. It was all like, I'm real sorry, Malon, but the most important thing is to make sure that the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses. I don't care. What about me, father? How could you do this to me? He's role-playing something that didn't even happen. Malon, this isn't just about you. It's for the good of the entire kingdom. And can I just say the animations here are amazing? But what am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life. I'm stuck on this dump of a ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals are here, and Ingo's always around to help with the chores too. He's pretty great, isn't he? Yeah, Ingo is awesome, but I still hate you for this. Oh my god, dude. What a stirring reenactment. I will keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself. Ganon didn't like it. Ganon was not entertained by that. There's no way this actually happened, though. Malon would never want to sell the ranch. Well, of course she'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust a thing she says. Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now, and unfortunately that's what matters. Do I have anything in the court record that could refute this story? If you ask me, this whole inheritance thing would have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In Gerudo Desert, there would be no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. That's just messed up! No matter. Continue your testimony, farmhand. Share with us the true nature of the defendant. Huh. So I think the game is pointing towards me using something against this arguing, whatever. It's so hard to find in physical disc form, but also on PS2. The GameCube version charges out the butt for it, but at least on eBay it's the only price to find it. Oh, it's also on PS2. I mean, there's a lot of underrated gems on the PS2. Zex, if you could you maybe actually send it to me, either in Twitch DMs or maybe even on the Discord, like game suggestions? And that is not a normal message in the slightest. Sorry, friend, but we don't do that here. That is weird. Anyways. 07 mods, nuke that guy. Yeah, so I don't know what we would do about the court record here. Let's see. So there's probably something I can do here about them. Well, they were arguing in the morning. I'm not really sure what we would do. The only one who can be horny here is Para. Para's the only one who gets the rights too. And even then, direct the horniness at the video game characters. Please. Who knows? Maybe I made the harsh assumption. Maybe that guy was talking about Malon's ass, actually, you know? Maybe I was the one who made a leap in assumption there. Whenever you've got the chance, it's in the DMs. Real. I left for like 3 seconds. Don't worry, Para. The threat has been neutralized. Well, I don't want to make a mistake here is the thing. But it has to be over this inheritance thing. Maybe just I'll save state and see. I did want to see Zex's message as well. Wait, I've seen the art in this before. I've seen these little characters. Oh my god. Wait, I'd love to see a stream of that whenever you stream it. So I'm gonna try some things here probably. I don't know what exactly. Or maybe I could talk to Malon about this. What does she have to say? What's your relationship with this guy anyway? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. You know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it. Not a single one? Talk about dedication. But even so, something is very much off here. What do I press him on? Oh, maybe I could use the pictograph to be like, oh, they're family, they love each other. They wouldn't be arguing. That's not a normal thing that even, what? Okay, you know what? I'm grasping at straws here, I know that. But let's see what happens here. Okay, yeah, my life, my HP just showed up here. I definitely got fucked by doing this. Ha, I've got you now. What? I knew a simple ranch worker couldn't concoct a flawless story. I just found a gaping hole. Ooh, gaping hole? A gaping hole in it. Link, are you implying that ranch workers are stupid? That's not what I meant. On the other hand, certain attorneys definitely are, since what you just said here is entirely meaningless. Oh sure, just gang up on me. It was quite the cursed message, indeed. Let's see, what else could we have done here? Could I present the ranch inheritance document somehow? No, I don't think so. Hi, I've got you now. What? I knew a simple ranch worker couldn't concoct a flawless No, this was wrong. This was wrong too. Okay, let's just ask about the last part. Fuck. I don't get it. I don't know what I should do here. No, you hold it. Lurking on jury duty? What? You're on jury duty right now? Holy shit. Happy 4th of July. What the fuck? I did it again. What? Oh no, you hold it. That man gave everything for her. She's gotten so much expensive presents over the years. Just look at the golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Oh! Wait, the perfume! It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. Was that last statement important? I guess so. Added to testimony? I do a weird joke to pretend to be lurking within the game that the streamer is playing. Oh! Wait, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry. I think it's just that the word lurking like makes the streamer be like, oh, okay, have a good lurk as like a knee-jerk reaction. And I take it literal. I think each time I see the word lurk in the chat message because of that. But that makes more sense. What are you trying to do? Trying to implicate the defendant even harder? I think it's an important detail. The perfume is irrelevant, but I suppose the prosecution has no objections to strengthening our case. Very well, witness. Please add what you just said to your testimony. There's certain like instincts I think that you pick up on, like, or like gain as a streamer. And I think thinking of lurking as like the Twitch lurking and not the other lurking is one of those, you know? Like, cause I could think like maybe you're on jury duty right now and somehow you're on a Twitch stream while doing it. I did a bad thing once where a friend of mine was streaming COD and I said I was lurking beneath a desk, I hear gunshots. And they thought I was lurking in the middle of a mass shooting. That's crazy, dude. Maybe there should be like some synonym, because given the given what lurking means in Twitch, maybe there's like some synonym you could be using instead. It caused a panic in the chat. Yeah, no kidding. You're playing Fortnite on the street. True. Oh yeah, let me question this guy more on the perfume stuff he's talking about. Where did you see this? I think it was just lying around in the ranch house. Talon probably intended to give it to Malon on the day he was killed. Do you mean this witness? Why yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Talon had spent as much on his salary for me, the hard-working Ingo. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know. What is it? What's the relationship with this guy anyway? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. You know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it. Not a single one? Talk about dedication. Dedication. Vine sauce. Okay, but even so, something is very much off here. Okay, I think we've gone over every single bit of this. What could it be, though? Bought just before the crime, found at the crime scene is... Okay, so this perfume was bought just before the crime. If it was bought just before the crime, then if they were arguing, then isn't that kind of a... Like, why would he buy perfume? Why would he argue and then buy perfume right after? Could that be a sketchy thing? I have no clue, honestly. We're gonna assume it is. Damn it! This evidence reveals a clear contradiction in the testimony, Your Honor. I must say, I can't see anything clear there. Bah! The only thing that's clear is your incompetence. I don't know what it is! I don't know what it could be! Let me just go back here. The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. I mean, I can't counter that in any way, can I? Can I present people as evidence? Oh, I can! Wait, why would I ever want to present people as evidence, though? I don't really know. How are people supposed to be good at Phoenix Wright? I don't get it. I'm stuck. Like, what else could we even do here? They were arguing over inheritance. It was appalling how ungrateful she is. Declare yourself guilty or something? Can I do that? Wait, isn't that a thing in Phoenix Wright where if you actually get stuff wrong, then you'll end up somehow being the one who's guilty? Isn't that a thing? Often bought Malon gifts. The latest, I saw the latest one, some kind of perfume, I think. This is true. This is real and true. I don't know. I haven't played a Phoenix Wright game either. Maybe me being bad at this is proof of that. I can try to throw the oil bottle at some things. I've got you now. What? I knew a simple ranch worker couldn't concoct a flawless story. I found a gaping... This is the same thing! I didn't... No, this doesn't work. I don't know what else to use. We're getting ganged up on. Oh! Hold on! It says Ranch's gift for the princess. Right? Wait. How did we know that it was the Ranch's... Why does it say for the princess? Malon's not the princess, is she? Hold on. That was it! What? I didn't even know that! I did not even think that. Okay, witness. I wouldn't have gotten that if I didn't check the description here. What is it? Just to confirm, you say that this bottle of perfume was bought from Malon by her father, correct? What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? No, Your Honor. This bottle of perfume was bought for the princess. So what, defense? You know, yeah, he's got a point. Sure, it's technically a contradiction, but what does the purpose of this bottle change? Yes, defense. I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important. Earlier in the trial, Malon mentioned that Talon brought this perfume in preparation last minute. Malon brought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malon? It sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making this visitation. Okay. Father quickly rode out into town to get a new gift. This info does put one thing into question. What, Talon's taste in gifts? You can't be saying that. Somebody's movements and the princess's testimony. Somebody's movements. Someone's movements around the ranch are put into serious doubt. Someone's? Well, don't keep us waiting then, defense. Who is this person? Naturally, the person whose movements become suspect is... Oh. I have no clue, actually. Wait. If... Let me think. Princesses? It's either Ingo or Princess, right? Let me just go with Princess and see. This person. Okay, no, never mind. It was wrong. What are you talking about? Sure, Ingo saw the 11th hour gift for the princess at the ranch house. How does that change anything about where this person must have been? Yes, defense. I'm quite confused as to what scenario you're trying to paint here. Okay, that was fucked. Bought at the last minute still causes a big problem. It puts one thing into question. Wait, what if I said the princess's testimony instead? Is this gonna be wrong? Once again, Her Highness's testimony must be wrong. The princess did mention seeing the perfume bottle in the ranch house. How does that contradict what this witness said? At all? It doesn't, does it? Okay. I guess I was right in the first place. Whose movements could it be? I guess Ingo, somehow, maybe. The judge, definitely? Yeah, you've got a point. Fuck that guy. Which Zelda character is the judge normally? Is it just the King of Hyrule? The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. A crime scene that the witness supposedly never went to. Oh, wait! He's got a point. He shouldn't have known about the bottle. Ah! Yo, get fucked, Ingo! Ingo sus. Ingo sus. Order, order. The defense raises a very valid point. You simpleton, what is the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the scene of the crime at any point? No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember, I saw the gift the day before the crime. The girl is lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day. One's word against another's. Defense. Do you have any way to prove that your version of events is true? Ask at the store, find the receipt, smell the perfume? What would smelling the perfume do? Okay, is there a receipt? When you find something, you usually get a receipt, and the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume should be right on top. Yeah, no, the King of Hyrule is the judge. I see. I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch immediately and search for that receipt. Let's get that receipt. Your Honor. Yes? What is it, soldier? We have just received the receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene. Yay! Very well, thank you. I shall now read it out. There's a lot of writing on this. Yo, writing on what? From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. What? Ah, yes. I've seen that store. It's that eccentric looking place in the back alley. Yo, is the perfume like Tingle's scent or something? Tingle's fart juices? What the fuck? What did they buy for Princess Zelda? Dude, imagine Tingle making a perfume store. That's fucking bizarre. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore. The gall of this nobody running a monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous. You know what? Maybe Tingle is just a prodigy. A 34-year-old prodigy. Perhaps. But back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead! Why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Oh god. Prosecutor. And the balloons! Oh, the balloons! That fool popped one right in my face! Prosecutor Dragmire, enough! Dude, Dragmire just started trauma dumping. Continuing on, purchase item 1 bottle of rosy rupee lind. Oh my! This is quite the price. Why, I would have to... Objection! Your Honor, please! The date, please! Ah, yes, of course, the date of purchase. Why, it's March 16th, the day of the murder! Yeah! Dude, we're winning this. We're winning this. Order, order! Yes, we've got him! Phew. I think we're finally getting somewhere. Bah! That still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then. Yes, that's it! I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then! Oh, come on! You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I believe this calls for a further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day. Ha! My movements? Well, alright, there's not a whole lot to say though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. Let's see! This is gonna go well. Witness testimony. My non-suspicious movements. What a good name for a testimony. As already stated, I had volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened. And wow, that detective was one fine woman. Okay. Okay, he's sending for Impa. You know what? Same, buddy. Same. See? I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat! I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. You can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Okay. Let's see. Time to question him on his non-suspicious movements. Volunteered to work in the silo. This glass of water seems like it could be something that I could be suspicious about because of the milk bottle with the water. You didn't think to just take a sip of the milk you were handling? No, it wouldn't be right. He was, this is like leading on to the proof that he was taking water instead of milk in the cartons, which is suspicious on its own. That wouldn't be right. Milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. A truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace? Right. So, what did you see at that house? Nothing much. I got my drink and left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table, plain as day. Moo-ha-ha-ha-ha! Oh, great. What happened after that, witness? Stayed at the silo right after that and stayed until the courier came. Let's see. Can we talk about the fireplace, maybe? So, and you were able to complete this so quickly on your own? Bah! You don't know the might of the great Ingo. Hut! Yeah! Pow! Wham! Okay, I get things done in no time! I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. Anyway, that's not important. The point is, I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. Let's see. Are you sure? Sure as can be, moo-ha-ha. You never went back in even after the crime was discovered? Bah! They wouldn't even let me in! Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. Huh. Is what he just said important? Yes, it is important. Why not? Your Honor! I would like the witness to add his last statement to the testimony. What? What are you trying to pull now? Yep, we add it. We add it. Very well. Witness, please amend your statement. Ah, fine, whatever. I didn't get to sleep or access any of my belongings. I had to spend the night in the stable? Couldn't you have stayed at an inn? What am I, made of money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know. Whew. You workers, always flaunting your wealth. You lawyers, I mean. Oh yeah, Blink is probably rich if he's a lawyer. Right, sorry. I'm not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. Okay, Link is the out-of-touch rich. The upper class. At some point, the detective came in and told me what happened. Wow, the detective was one fine woman. I do not know why that is part of your testimony, buddy, but you know what? Let's just press you on it. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I wanted him to elaborate on. Wow, he seems totally smitten with her. How was she fine? What was fine about her? Tits? Ass? It seems like he likes her personality, Fink. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. She probably feels nothing. Perhaps when this chore of a trial is over, then we can— Oh, but no, it'll have to wait. You thought you could distract me, did you? I, the genius ranch worker Ingo, see through your schemes. He's sticking to that story, huh? Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. It's time to press for more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. There has to be a piece of evidence or profile waiting to disprove what he was saying. We still haven't questioned what? We've done all of these ones. We didn't do the first part, I guess. So let me just do that. And then we can decide what evidence we want to use against him. You volunteered to work at the silo. What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We sent out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know? Milk bars? Naturally. Everyone loves a good drink, you know? And our milk is renowned as the best there is. I hear some others water theirs down. Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. The fact that he mentions watering milk down, really, I want to just shove the milk that we had earlier in the evidence down his throat. Because that was watered down milk. But I don't know if that's like strong enough evidence for anything. Talon and the girl who would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Force's investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. Yeah, and you were so concerned with sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it. Bah, you Hylians! Ridiculous! Getting tipsy from something like milk? Bet you couldn't even handle a sip of Gerudo's noble pursuit, a real man's drink. A real man's drink? Aren't most of Gerudo women? Aren't all of Gerudo women, and there's specifically only one, like, that is Ganon, that is a man? Personality, of course, personality. The people smile over their massive spear. Wait, that was from Castlevania, right, Mayrin? I don't know if I have that clip in the highlight video. I couldn't find it. I don't know if you have, if your context had that clip. But if you do have it, then I think that I would appreciate. I could probably scrub through the VOD, but I don't know if I saw it. I have the exact moment. Okay, real. Could you send me the timestamp for that so that I can add it in? The highlight video is basically done at this point, but I'm trying to cut out the fat because it is literally an hour long right now. It'll probably be around that length even later. Even when I'm done cutting out the fat, but it should be coming out within the next 2 days. All I need to do is make the thumbnail at this point, draw it. Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water. Yes, of course, moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you know. I got very thirsty and... So, I feel like I want to mention the water. But I don't know, like, Here. I don't know if this will work. If it doesn't, then I'm just cooked. What do you think of this statement, Your Honor? What do I think of it? Why do you ask? Well, I have this evidence here. What does that mean? You're not showing anything! Ugh! I knew that. Attorneys always seem to ask what I think when they have no idea what they're talking about. Bruh. Done? Nice. Or wait, I guess that you got the timestamp, right? Yeah, I mean if you just sent me the timestamp then I can add it. Went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. Try the milk with a different statement? Let's see. Like, the milk being watered down has to be relevant to something, but I don't know what. The first one, maybe? Volunteered to work in the silo? Let me see. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't... I don't know if this is it. Maybe there's another thing that's not the watered down milk. I think maybe the watered down milk is later? Possibly? Went back into the silo right after. Ranch orders that left the ranch a little while after the crime? Volunteered to work in the silo. I can't contradict that. One of the milk shipments was returned due to the ranch due to being misaddressed. Had to spend the night in the stable. Maybe I could talk about the fire pit with the spending the night thing, although I think that she actually... Wait, let me think about this. Let me show. I think the oil is relevant here in some kind of way. Maybe over here? No! I got you now. What? I knew a simple... God! This is the same dialogue that is always when it's wrong. You're wrong. God, you get this dialogue. Fuck. Shit. It has to be the oil in some kind of way. I don't know. Water. What about this? Oil bottle over here? No. This is not it either. Fuck. Fuck, I'm so bad at these games. I would have definitely died at this point if I didn't save state. Spend night at the stable. There's nothing else I could do about this. What if I just... Maybe I'll present Impa as evidence of some sort? You know what? Maybe. Let's present her. No, okay. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work. What, this? I don't get it. Does Malon have any other details she wanted to share? Let's see. This is so cooked. He's sticking to that story, huh? Yeah. It was a desperate fix, but it's holding up surprisingly well. I can hardly believe this is the same Ingo I know. Time to press for more details. He's sure to slip up somewhere. Has to be a piece of evidence or profile waiting to disprove what he's saying? What other... Maybe he didn't work at the silo? Didn't Zelda say that there was no one around during all of this? Stayed there until the courier came. Would Zelda be? Objection? No! It's so cooked! I have no clue! I have no clue! I can't talk about the fact that the thing was misaddressed because he fucked up either, right? Probably I can't bring this up. No. Let's see. Longtime friend. Jolly old man. Assigned to investigate. Witness to the murder. Wow. Divide the deed. Bought just before the crime scene. We already did that. I'm pretty sure the bloody cloth can't be used for anything either. I'll just try to input the oil into every single possible option here. So we've tried the... I feel like the oil has to be relevant somewhere, but it was there? Really? It's just a matter of me choosing the right... They're all like, it's so annoying because I feel like the dialogue is so close in similarity. Like with what he's saying, basically. I feel like I could have chosen the oil in multiple parts of that dialogue. I have no clue. Okay. You stayed the side the whole time? I don't think so. We know someone made a fire around the time of the crime, and the only one it could have been is you. A fire? Ho ho, yes, the fire. I suppose I did forget to mention that, didn't I? Huh? Yes, I did light a fire at one point, I admit. Everyone was busy preparing for the visitation in the morning. I didn't have time to eat. So I decided to make myself something while I worked. In fact, that reminds me. Yes, that's also part of why I went to get myself that glass of water. The breakfast I was cooking burned a little, and I needed to wash it down with. Okay, something to wash it down with. See, Defense? What did I tell you? The fire is completely irrelevant. He not only dismissed the contradiction, but managed to strengthen his story too. I am glad we finally laid that mystery to rest. Defense, is that all you wish to ask during this cross-examination? Solve the mystery? No way! No, Your Honor. I would like to keep cross-examining for a bit longer. Very well. The witness shall update his statement. And in the future, please try not to admit any details, no matter how small. Why, yes, of course, Your Honor. Won't happen again. Okay. Well, that didn't exactly progress anything over here. That was a useless... It was useless! I guess they just wanted me to use the oil at some point. Haven't been to the ranch house since then. I feel like this is a thing that I could probably contradict in some kind of way. Let me just see what he said about this again. Are you sure? Sure as can be. You never went back in even after the crime was discovered? Bah! They wouldn't even let me in. Preserving a crime scene or some such. No one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. So all of Ingo's things were in that house? Very well, witness. What happened then? Ingo's things. Maybe I present Ingo over here? Let me see. Let me try presenting Ingo. Useless. Useless! Pointless! What about this? The water? I have more evidence that I could use. The water is relevant in some kind of way. The watered down shit. I don't know where, though. That's the tricky part. Let's see. Maybe I'll use the water. I'll use the Lon milk on all of these and see what actually sticks. Not that one. Let's see. Number 2 is going to be the breakfast. Oh, wait, no, I think I have to somehow contradict this, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. I think this is the new evidence, actually, probably. So, if we talk about water, then maybe I'll show the Lon Lon milk over here. Didn't work. What else does he have to say over here? Let's see. You didn't think to just take a sip at the milk you were handling? Didn't want to get into any trouble. This is already something that I saw. You see at the house, I had got my drink and left, still had work to do. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table, plain as day. This is so tricky. Well, it seems like the watered down milk has nothing to do with anything here. Maybe I could try the milk shipment return? No, that's like, how could this be relevant in any kind of way? Like, what could I do with that? Maybe Malon has something. Let's see. Is there anything new? Nah. It's still the same stuff they're saying over here too. Maybe I can go against him, actually. What does he say in his, works on the ranch? Can I use himself as evidence against him, maybe? Let's see. No. No. It's so cooked! It's so cooked! Bro! What else could I say here? Some orders of milk that left the ranch a little while after the crime? Maybe I'll bring up this milk shipment? Useless! You're useless! You have no point at all! It's boned! It's purely boned. Is there an answer key somewhere? Actually, I could just look at Vinny's stream if I wanted to. I'll try a couple more of these. I'm sure the milk shipments work somewhere, right? Fuck. Okay, 5. Maybe accessing his belongings, like he accessed this Lon Lon milk, maybe. Fuck. This is so hard, dude. My brain is too smooth for this. It's too smooth. We've already presented Impa as evidence, and Impa was not evidence. detective came and told me what happened, and she was a fine detective woman? Could you elaborate? Hardworking. Like, this is just talking about Impa. Like, how can I talk against him just simping for Impa? He seems totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Perhaps when this chore of a trial's over, I could. But no, it'll have to wait. Gotta deal with some stuff, so I'm heading out. Have a good night. Have a good night, Para. Hope that your 4th of July is alright, or goes alright for the rest of the day. Take care, take care. I'm gonna look at what the option is here. I'm gonna look this up. This one is too hard. Let's see. Hero of Law, blah blah. Gift for the king.
It's true.
Is this it? I think that I'm just trying to see what the answer could be. Alibi for the crime. I just couldn't have done it. Wait, this is oh wow. The point is, they wouldn't let me in. I think that this is still too far. Yeah, the thing about games like this is that you can't actually really see what the walkthrough is, because it was released literally 2 days ago. So I just kind of scrolling through a stream that Vinny did from Vine Sauce. Complete this so quickly. I went back to the silo. Questioning. Sleep in the stables. Okay, this is like basically we have like around I think an hour left in this game, probably. Hardworking woman, blah blah blah. What is Vinny using as evidence here? Oh, okay, wait, hold on. I think I got something. I had to spend— oh, access— oh, wait, that's so dumb. I get it. Okay, apparently— okay, here's the thing. Okay, this is the issue. He said that he didn't have access to his belongings, so he had to spend the night in the stable. He wouldn't have had the same clothes. He wouldn't have been able to change into these stupid freaking clothes. Bruh. That's insane. He wouldn't have had time to change. That was the flaw in his argument here. I would not have gotten that. Holy. Witness, there's something seriously wrong with the testimony. It's alright, Malon. I have a stream that I can scroll through and find the answer through. It just took me a second to find it. Well, what are you talking about? You say you couldn't get any of your belongings because they were all at the ranch house, correct? A ranch house you were not allowed to go in? That's right. Well, that would imply you would still be wearing your work clothes. Pardon me if I'm wrong, but those don't look like work clothes at all. Ah! The defense has a point. The witness appears pretty well dressed for court. I can't imagine he would sell you those clothes during work. Well, what do you have to say about that? Oh, of course. I can explain. It's simple. These are brand new. Yeah. On my way to the courthouse, I went shopping for a nice new outfit. After all, I couldn't very well show up to the court dressed like a bum. Oh, ho, ho. Oh my god. I'll never forget that the night before Christmas stream when someone wrote, "Oh yeah, the webpage with the maps disappeared." It's like a double-edged sword, right? If you play niche retro games, then you're probably gonna have dead websites and not enough actual sources to for walkthroughs. But if you play a niche new game, then walkthroughs obviously wouldn't have been made yet. Yes, defense. Certain people have a modicum of respect for the court and showed up dressed appropriately. What's that supposed to mean? This is my Phinosaurus suit. So, you claim you bought these clothes after the crime, is that correct? Very much so. This morning, in fact. Why do I need to repeat myself? Do I accept that explanation? No. You buying those clothes today is simply impossible. What? Oh? How can you claim so? Defense, as you know, evidence is everything in court. Either prove that the witness couldn't have bought those clothes today, or get out. This is... So he did the burned out fire. One of the milk shipments was returned to the ranch due to being misaddressed. Oh, wait, maybe him returning it to the ranch would have been a... Let me see. Does this work? This proves you haven't bought the clothes. I must admit, I don't see the connection here. Okay, never mind. Fuck. Wasting our time? No! No, I didn't waste time! We already did the oil bottle. Did we do the Lon Lon milk? Did we do this? No. This is so hard, dude. My brain is too smooth for this. A little while after the crime? Perfume? Ranch's gift bought for the princess. Well, he wasn't the one who bought the perfume, though. Yeah, this one doesn't work either. Don't see the connection. We can just scroll through these. Luckily, it's a smaller one. God, I'm bad at these lawyer games. That's the reason I'm not a lawyer, I guess. This is the deed. We already tried the Lon Lon shipment thing. I'm assuming that the I'm assuming that none of these guys will actually have anything, right? Zelda wouldn't be relevant. Malon wouldn't be. Prove the witness couldn't have bought these clothes today. The way you prove this is by showing that he was somewhere else, I guess. Would the oil bottle work or no? No. Fuck it, we'll just go through these. Not that one. We haven't tried this one yet. Nope. The profiles? And none of these are gonna work. Why would these work? I can't use himself as evidence against this? Bro, I'm just getting the same dialogue over and over again. Maybe Impa would know? Nope. Maybe Talon would work? No way, man. What the fuck am I supposed to choose here? I feel like I've chosen everything. Let's see. Would the autopsy report work? Wait, when was the pictograph taken? Okay, apparently this could be it. Apparently this is what Vinny selected? Okay, I'll try this one. Ah, I'm so bad at these games. I would like to turn the court's attention to this. When was this picture taken? Ah! Why, this is one lovely pictograph. Ah, it reminds me of the idyllic days I spent with my grandson. Oh, what about this pictograph defense? I don't see how it could be related either. Just look at what Ingo is wearing. Oh, this is a photo from Malon's childhood, but Ingo is very clearly wearing the same outfit he has on right now. Bro. He couldn't have bought it today. Oh, the zoom in again. My goodness. Order! I will have order! Why, the defense is absolutely correct! I hope the witness has a good explanation for this. There! I think we finally got him. There's no way he can weasel out this time. Oh. Unless someone weasels out for him. Bah, isn't it obvious? Naturally, the witness knew he would need to wear his nice clothes for the royal visitation that was scheduled for that day. He brought them to the silo in advance so he could quickly change just before the visitation's arrival. Oh? This is so cooked, dude. Oh ho! Ho 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 ho! Yes, of course, I need to be presentable after all. Can't look like a bum in front of the most important people in the kingdom. Bruh, wait a minute, this is insane! What kind of kangaroo court is this? Yeah, you go off, Link, you go off! What kind of kangaroo court is this? The prosecution keeps making excuses up on the spot. Ingo was clearly lying about buying the clothes before the trial. He's definitely trying to hide something. Your Honor, surely you won't accept this blatant perjury? Accept it, Judge. There can be no other explanation. The prosecution's explanation does seem plausible. What? However, the fact that the witness didn't simply say it himself, and instead made up a lie about buying clothes is indeed very suspicious. This is true! It is! Defense! The prosecution has posed that there is no other possible explanation for this contradiction. What is your opinion on the matter? Can the defense think of an alternative version of events? This is big. I really need to think this through. What? What is this? Ingo is acting really suspicious right now. He's desperately trying to patch up holes in his testimony to conceal his real movements. Oh my god! The sage! The sage, dude? Really? Why would he be doing that? Because he's the murderer? No, this is awesome. I guess we're connecting these dots now. If it's not Malon, Ingo is the only other person who could have done this. I have to assume he did if I want to think Malon's innocent. With that in mind, why would Ingo change out of his work clothes? The others! They're just showing all of the sages here? That's amazing. No, this is incredible. What happened to make it necessary? Wait, what? What, changing the clothes? Talon's blood got on them. Yeah. They were eaten by a cow! No, that's the reason why he changed clothes, because he was eaten by a cow! Clearly! There's no explanation other than the fact that Ingo! There's no other explanation except that Ingo was eaten by a cow! Oh my god, okay. Talon's blood got on him. When Ingo killed Talon, his clothes must have gotten blood on them. He had to change into something to hide his involvement. But then, couldn't the Sheikah Force have found the clothes in the house? How could they have disappeared? They were thrown in the fire! It makes sense! Oh my god! This is true! And there are all the sages again! Well, not all of them. Well, maybe- wait, yeah. Wow. It makes sense! Yes, it does! Ingo burned his clothes! That's it! It explains everything. Ingo burned his clothes. What is this goofy ass? I believe I can offer an alternative explanation. Objection! Nonsense! Judge, the defense spent far too long sitting in silence just now. They clearly have nothing. Bruh. I call for a quick ruling. Oh my god. Objection! Not only can I explain it, but in fact... Back into the zoom in! The defense formally accuses the witness of the murder! No! It's simple! The reason he had to swap his outfit, and why he's been lying about the circumstances ever since, is because it got stained with the victim's blood. Objection! Preposterous! The Ganon zoom in too, oh my goodness! If there were any discarded bloody clothes nearby, the Sheikah force would have found them, and we would be trying someone else for murder right now. Why, you absolutely are correct, prosecutor. Huh? Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. And so he used this to dispose of them. Wait. I was gonna say oil, but what else could it be? Could it be the shipment return? This reveals everything. Objection. Reveals absolutely nothing, are you sure? Uh-oh. Whoops! I'm fucking up again, no! Drat, still I must be right. Naturally, Ingo couldn't have left his bloody clothes lying around. What would you use to dispose the bloody clothes? Hold on, I should... Oh wait, why am I not talking about the... This is just me talking about the fire again. Shit, I'm so stupid. It's just this, right? Oil? Your Honor, cast your mind to the princess's last testimony. The princess's... Ah! That mysterious fire! Objection! Surely you jest. You yourself made sure we all knew how meaningless her testimony was. And yet, with this new context in mind, it gains a completely new meaning. An empty bottle of lamp oil found by a burned out fire. Ingo used this lamp oil to quickly burn away his stained work clothes. I love how he's just... It's so silly in Ace Attorney because they just like point to people while making their cases. Well, how about a witness? My scenario explains everything. You killed Talon and then tried to hide it. This is... No! Hold on! What drivel are you spouting here? Me? Kill Talon? You already know that's impossible. Another testimony? Holy shit. Too busy for murder. What? Everything you've said is wrong. I have no idea what you're on about. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and then tried to hide my involvement. The fire was just made for a quick breakfast. There's no mystery there. Stop trying to pin this on poor innocent Ingo. Oh, man. Now, I shouldn't have to remind you, defense, but you yourself were surprised that Ingo was able to complete the shipment in time. Adding even more things for him to do in time is preposterous. That's right! The great Ingo is efficient at his job, but not that efficient. No, it had to have been him. I'm sure of it. There must have been some trick at play here. Some kind of shortcut. Shortcut, you say? Huh. Would the shipment back have been part of the shortcut in some kind of way? Well, let's just press about everything. Surely my scenario is more plausible at this point than these panicked attempts to fix your story. Objection! What's more plausible isn't for you to decide, defense. It's the judge that makes the final call. As long as this alibi stands, I can't imagine him siding with you. Yes, all of the loose ends have been tied up before a decision can be made. Witness, please continue. I have an alibi for the time of the crime. I just couldn't have done it. What's your alibi? Who's your alibi? Could you explain what that alibi is again? Hoof, with pleasure. At the time of the crime, I was busy preparing that day's shipments of milk. That's hard work. I barely had enough time to get them done before the courier came to take them. The shipments were inspected by Sheikah force as they were leaving the ranch. And as our resident detective has told us, they were found to be fully loaded up with bottles of milk. That's right! The Sheikah force itself has vouched for me. There's no way it could have been the culprit. Oh, I disagree. There has to have been a way. There must be. So this might be a dumb thing for me to try, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'll say it before I do it. Is the watered down milk relevant to this? No, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, no, it doesn't. I really want that watered down milk to be used for something, man. There's no way I could have completed those milk shipments, killed Talon, and tried to hide my involvement. Would it have really taken that long to murder someone and burn the clothes? And burn some clothes? It would have taken long enough to definitely make this scheme infeasible. Completing these shipments is a rather involved process. You have to milk the cows, clean the bottles, pour the milk into them, and put them into crates and load those into a wagon. Oh, maybe this is when you could put the water. I love working with the cows, but that part takes the longest because you only get a little at a time. So, as Mr. Ingo said, the whole thing really does take a while. This is the water! This is when we can use the water. Father and I usually have to work together to get it done in time for the courier's arrival. There you go, defense. Your own client knows this is the unshakable truth. Okay, so there's no way you could complete those shipments and also do the killing. In that case, there had to be some way for him to finish the work faster. Yes! It's not milking the cows, it's putting the water instead. It has to be. Please, it has to be. Yes! Let's go! Ah, but did you though? Did you really complete those shipments properly? Defense, I shouldn't have to remind you that the Sheikah force checked the boxes thoroughly. They were definitely full of milk bottles. Oh, I'm sure it looked that way. What are you getting at, defense? Here you go, Your Honor. Huh? Milk for me? Are you trying to bribe the judge now? I didn't think you'd stoop so low. The crown will be informed of this. Oh, it's nothing like that. All I'm asking is that His Honor try tasting the milk. Just one little sip. This is highly irregular. Yo, drink Link's milk, Judge. Drink Link's milk. To be honest, I could use a drink. All this talking does make one's throat dry, you know. You probably talked to the least out of everyone here, though. Since the defense insists, I'll go ahead and take a sip. Yay! Is this what passes for milk these days? It almost tastes like water. Water? I have to agree, this is definitely not standard milk. As we've heard from the princess and the detective, Lon Lon Ranch is renowned for the quality of its products. But there's no way people would say that about milk this lousy. Objection! Bah! Whatever! As if the unwashed masses would know the difference between quality and garbage. Where are you going with this, defense? It's simple, you see. I received this bottle from Detective Impa, still unopened, during the first recess. As we know, there were no milk shipments today, so this must have come from one of Ingo's shipments from yesterday. Ah! It's true that Ingo couldn't have murdered Talon and also completed the shipments on his own. Unless he cheated! Ingo watered down the milk to get the shipments done in time. Oh my goodness. Order, order! Yes, I suppose that would work. Indeed. All he had to do is milk fewer of the cows. To save enough time without ruining the taste too much, I guess he used about 50-50 split of water and milk. GG? GG, I hope? This is... No! Talon! Another objection? Let me stop you right there. I will concede that something odd happened to that shipment, but all you have proven is that Ingo is a slacker. How dare you! Oh no, now he's gonna ruin his own argument. Be quiet, you mongrel! Sure, Ingo watered down the milk. That doesn't make him a killer, though, does it? Well, no. But now we do know that he definitely could have done it. We know he did go to the crime scene. And we know he did have the time and opportunity to kill Talon as well. Yet there is one vital element missing still. Huh? Let me put it in simple terms so even an idiot like you could understand. The Ganon laugh. What's he gonna say? Rebuttal? The murder weapon. Oh man, this again. You lack the murder weapon. If Ingo was the murderer, then it couldn't have been the saw. I guess so. Yeah, he's got a point. Well, actually, maybe not. Hold on. I can press him about this? I guess I shouldn't agree with it. Maybe it's right. And why is that? It's simple. If the girl's story about working on the fence is true, then she was using the saw while her father was being murdered. It couldn't have been in two places at the same time. Do I agree with this? I think so. Could I say no? The saw was the murder weapon. Truly? Well, if that's the case, present some proof. Enlighten us on how it could have been in two places at the same time. So I guess I say yes to this, then. It was fine for me to agree, at first. Agree with it? I believe we're in complete agreement on this point. You do realize that the problems that creates for you, right? I'm sure it can all be explained. Huh, as if. But very well, then let's move on to why nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. Where would this supposed other murder weapon even come from? Let's see. Couldn't he have used just any old thing? Either answer the question, defense, or this discussion is over. No need to overthink this. Anywhere Ingo could have gotten a weapon would do. I'll worry about the exact details later. Where could he have gotten a weapon? Oh, milk shipments, maybe. Yeah, maybe he left something in there? With this piece of evidence, I've won the argument. Wait, what? Huh. Okay, let me think about this. I feel like I'm gonna die if I fuck this up, so let me just start from over here again. 7. So, like, you can basically catch yourself in a web of lies in this part, which is the issue. Like, do I have to agree with some parts? Do I have to, like, fuck up in here? Or, like, what? What exactly? Oh, yeah, maybe I could just say, like, oh, you know what I could do? Yeah, okay. Weird ass swim. Wait, what the heck is Weird Autumns? Is that another streamer person? Weird Autumns. Are they a shark VTuber? Okay, well I agree that I think I still agree with this part. Can be explained. Bye-bye. Nothing else could have been the murder weapon either. So if there are other things that could have been the murder weapon, I guess I could just show the freaking... Over here, the ranch inventory has so many weapons over here. Like, we've got saddles, horseshoes, brooms. Okay, no, there's knives. There's hammers, there's buckets. Okay, not buckets. There's hoes. There's rakes. Present. This. Have you forgotten this murder happened on a ranch? There are plenty of sharp things on the site. Ho ho! That's simply impossible. What do you mean impossible? What? We checked all the sharp objects on the ranch and searched everyone. No fresh blood was found anywhere else. Bruh. Did you forget about the cloth that is bloodied up over here? Wait, what? That didn't work? Oh my god, how is that messed up too? Dude, I did that right. I swear, what is the actual answer there? What the fuck? Okay. Let me just, I can't die here. No, thank you. I do not know how the save states are in this game, but I don't think I want to find out. I'm surprised that the bloody cloth doesn't work. That doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe he could have cleaned it with the water somehow? Oh yeah. Well, this over here I can just show the ranch inventory again. Oh, hold on, let me just... Oh, okay. I see. I can actually press on about the third argument. Let's do that. And since this is right so far, I'll just save over here as well. Okay. Hold it! Couldn't Ingo have just hidden it? Bah! The kingdom's best investigators are on this case. We found no signs of anything buried on the premises. If Ingo even skips part of his work, he still wouldn't have had time to hide anything very far from the ranch. He may be an idiot, but do you really think he could have risked weapon being found? Now listen here. Silence! Wah! Why is he bullying Ingo so hard? Wiped it off? Oh, I have to say wiped it off, but I already did that. Blood leaves traces. It's not that easy to get rid of. People like us aren't so sensitive, but other beings like Zoras can easily tell by smell. Naturally, the Sheikah Force employs people just for the task. Also, as Lon Lon Ranch focuses on selling horses and milk, the animals that there aren't regularly butchered. There's no good reason why any of the tools would have flesh blood on them. Any such implement would have stood out like a sore thumb. Well, I guess that is a good point. I may have to rethink this. So both of those points don't work? Let's see. So I'm so surprised that the bloody cloth doesn't actually work here. So I guess that saying never mind will just make it move on. Couldn't Ingo have just what? Spit it out. Sorry, still collecting my thoughts. Do all the collecting you want. It won't change the facts. What? So can I agree with him here? I don't get, like, I think I'm supposed to not even put anything here, right? Let's see. It seems like choosing disposed of it will somehow move ahead with the dialogue. I don't know how. Oh wait, disposed of it. Wait, this wasn't here before. Why is it here now? I don't get it. I don't get this. That's impossible, you see. No items from the Vanch's inventory were missing, and that list is indisputable. Nothing was missing? How do I check that? How can you be so sure that the inventory is accurate? Bah! Use your head! There was a royal visitation scheduled for that day. The Vanshonen needed everything to be in order. He would have doubled, even triple checked that list he wrote when he wrote it. I suppose he would have, but... Huh. I'm not sure. Putting in the Vanch inventory again wouldn't make sense, probably, right? Yeah, I don't see how this could actually be there could be any evidence over here about this. Let me see. Ha! Apparently the answer is to use the inventory, the Vanch inventory twice. Doesn't make sense. Inventory list itself is false. Oh, fascinating. What exactly makes you question the veracity of this document? Even watching only 2 streams? How many streams do you usually watch at the same time, Mayrin? That would be... Another piece of inventory? Another piece of evidence contradicts the list. Is that so? Well, go on then. Show us which piece of evidence contradicts the inventory list. So what's in the inventory list? Wood saws? Maybe the existence of this saw to begin with? It's this, of course. Judge, do you have any idea what the defense is blathering on about now? No. Naturally, it's not the list that's dubious, but the defense's own shaky claims. Oh, wait, hold on. Really? Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Apparently Ingo was the one who wrote this, which is the reason why it's wrong. And you can apparently also point out, like, in the document itself. So let me just see if I can load this. Another piece of evidence. If they're mixed between English and Spanish, my limit is 3. If they're all in the same language, 4 or 5. Wow. I do not have the ability to watch more than one stream at the same time. I wonder how many people actually do that on Twitch. Watching multiple. I feel like I've always been really bad with multitasking, so I've not been able to do that. Do you also watch multiple YouTube videos at the same time? Maybe if they're VODs, specifically. So the Vanch inventory itself will contradict the inventory list, I think. It's this, of course. What? I don't get it. Bruh, I'm doing my best to— What? Something about the inventory list itself. It's simple. You only need to take a brief look at the inventory and see it can't be trusted. Ho ho, you can't just go around making such a general statement, Defense. Point out— oh, okay, I see. So I need to like choose out— okay, well, Ingo wrote it. Ingo was the one who wrote it. Just look here. The one who compiled the list was Ingo himself. He could have easily falsified the counts as part of his plan. Ugh, that doesn't matter. No items. Okay, there you go. Nothing could have left the ranch. What? What do you mean nothing could have left the ranch? That's just the next argument? Drawing my streams, I guess, makes more sense. But I still wouldn't want to hear multiple voices at the same— I would get confused with multiple voices at the same time, I think, too. Maybe it just depends on the streamer, too, because some streamers talk a lot like me. And then others probably are a bit more quiet while playing. Wouldn't Ingo have been able to just throw the item out over the fence? Bah! Obviously, we searched the perimeter of the ranch as well. Nothing was found anywhere. This is the most important point. Has nothing really been able to leave? Nothing could have left the ranch. I'm gonna say that the milk left the— wait, the milk shipments left the ranch. Yeah, that's it. Are you really sure nothing left the ranch? What about a few little shipments of milk? Preposterous! Have you forgotten that said shipments have been checked by the Sheikah force before they were allowed to leave? That's true, but there was a place that Sheikah could have overlooked. What in Din's name? Haha, Din! What in Din's name are you babbling about? We're talking about the bog standard crates here, boy. Not exactly vast dungeons full of nooks and crannies to stuff things into, are they? Where could they have missed a murder weapon? It's simple. They overlooked— I don't know. I'm a person who finds the silence too noisy. Ah. I guess that's fair. I mean, when I'm at least at my computer, then I usually have some kind of background noise, usually in the form of Twitch highlight videos on YouTube. So I get it. They overlooked— would it have been the contents of the crates? I don't know. I don't want to fuck things up here. The murder weapon was just left in one of the crates between the milk and the bottles. Do you really consider the Sheikah that incompetent? That would be the first place to check. Besides, do you think the murder would risk something that obvious? Perhaps not then. Defense, your entire argument hinges on this point, you know. Try to think your answer through a bit more carefully next time, bruh. Are you your own entertainment? Oh man, no. The moment that I post a YouTube video, I never watch it again. It's out in the ether at that point. I cannot stand watching my own shit. Maybe they overlooked the crates themselves? The killer used a big chunk of wood to kill the victim and nailed it to the crates to conceal it. No, the weapon was definitely metal. No bit of stray lumber could create a wound like that. Plus, if the weapon was wooden, he would have just burned it together with his clothes to ensure we'd never find it. Isn't that part of it? Ah, right. Okay, it had to be— somehow the contents of the bottles. There is one place inside the crates the Sheikah couldn't have checked thoroughly without ruining the shipments. Without ruining the shipments? Oh! That's right! Ingo put the murder weapon inside one of the bottles to conceal it from the search. That does seem plausible. Objection! Now, wait just a moment! Nothing could have left the ranch. Oh, okay, that argument is ruined. A weapon in a milk bottle wouldn't just go unnoticed. Someone would have reported it. Who? Who would have reported it? How can you be so sure? Do you even know how much milk an average milk bar uses every day? All those shipments most certainly been completely used up by now. Someone drinking from that bottle would have found it for sure. Choked on it even if they were too large a swig. Oh, no, it's because he shipped it back. He misaddressed it. Missing some vital information. Yeah. No, we got it. It's because this one he specifically chose to ship back. Yo! The actual GG, perhaps. Did we destroy his argument enough this time? You'd be correct that a weapon showing up in someone's milkshake would cause quite a stir. If the milk ever actually made it to any milk bar, that is. You see, I overheard a very interesting tale during recess. Word was sent from the ranch not long ago that one of the shipments was returned unopened due to being misaddressed. Whoa. No! Indeed, if you recall, Ingo was the one who handled all of that. Now that's strange. The ranch supplies the same milk bars every day. Even if he had messed up the street address a little, the courier would have known where the shipment was meant to go. How could he have bungled it that badly? It's almost as if... Oh, hold on. Whoa. I'll look at that message. Hold on. That was not meant to be. It's almost as if he didn't want anyone receiving a bottle of milk with a murder weapon in it. I bet Ingo expected this box to stay in shipping limbo for a while longer. How unfortunate for him that the postal service was on its game today. Maybe because they were worried it would start to smell. I believe this calls for us to investigate these bottles of milk more closely. Soldiers, have these bottles retrieved from the ranch immediately. Let's check this shit out. Argument complete. We got our lives back. And... Okay. Grr, this is slander. Why would I kill Talon? Sure, he's a bit of a layabout, but he did give me a job. Why would I want him dead? The motive? That's simple. Why, I'm surprised you're even asking about it. This evidence clearly explains the motive. The inheritance says that Malon will inherit the ranch if she is unable to divide the deed evenly between the crown and the remaining employees. Oh, so this is it. He would receive it as well. The very inheritance document you brought to the court's attention states the following. Yo! Welcome in, Soul Plasma. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in, guys. How's it going? Unsolicited steak pigs? No way. Welcome in, Stannis. Welcome in, Taco. Welcome in, Santigir. Dystopian food pyramid scheme, unsolicited steak pigs. What the hell were you guys playing for these to be the tags? What are you up to today, Sol Plasma? It's great to see you, man. It's great to see you. Let me throw a shout out. I'm playing a Zelda ROM hack, actually, that was released pretty recently. We're near the end of this, but it's great to see you. Yeah. You're playing Jackbox. That makes sense. Which Jackbox games do you play? What is the context of these unsolicited steak pics? Steak pics. Yeah, it's happy 4th, by the way, for those who have been celebrating it. It's great to see you all here. I think it was Fixie Text? Man, I am a boomer. I feel like I don't even know the newer Jackbox games. I have no clue what the hell Fixie Text was. I think the last Jackbox game I played was the 5th one. The 5th pack. The context is basically non-existent. You know what? Fair enough. But it's great to have you here, you and your community. Gotta come by sometime. Oh yeah, I'd be down. I've been thinking of joining another community game night. I'm a bit shy, that's the only thing. But, I mean, I remember playing with you earlier and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, for anyone who's curious, this is an Ace Attorney meets Zelda ROM hack. It looks really, really cool. And so I'm playing it now. We're just near the end of the case though, so, you know. Just a bunch of degens playing silly word games, and it's fun. It's a good time. No, but your community is great, man. So I'm sure it was a lot of fun. We have those here too. What, degens? I'm a degen. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna wrap up this case now. I'm excited. I appreciate that. That means a lot. In the case of the testicles? In the case of the testator's death, his daughter Malon of Lon Lon Ranch will inherit the ranch. Unless she is unable to oversee it, in which case it shall be divided between the crown and the remaining employees. Ah! But no, this ROM hack was so well done that I just had to check it out. What? The zoom in! Yo, welcome in, Mugen! How's it going, man? It's great to see you too! Man, so many cool friends are coming in here. How has your 4th been? Let me also throw in a shout out for you. Hehe. Hi, friend! Are you guys enjoying this close-up of Link's fucking face? In his Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney costume? Good to see you back. Yeah, it's been like a week. I had family over, which is the reason why I wasn't able to stream, but I'm getting back into it. Wasting my time at work real. Why were you working on 4th of July? That's kind of lame. You not only killed Talon, but decided to frame Malon for the crime as well, so you would be the one to inherit the part of the ranch. Link with that nose is close to nightmare fuel. I'm pretty sure that's his wait, what is his nose normally? Hold on, actually no, you're right. I don't think it's normally out like that. Who let his nose out? Where is it? Rotten wants money? What is your job again, Mugen? That you have to work on the 4th of July? Is there more sales specifically in the shop on 4th of July or something? Like, what would be the meaning of that? That's why you volunteered to work in the silo all day. It gave you an alibi so that Malon would be the only possible culprit. Of course, you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malon would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. By the way, in case, I guess for the raiders who want context here, basically, this is a Zelda ROM hack that is like Ace Attorney, basically. Talon, the owner of Lon Lon Ranch, got killed. Malon was framed, but we're near the end. So this is spoilers, by the way. If you want to play it, then I'll just like say right now, this is the end of the trial. So we're gonna say exactly who the murderer is. Basically, after some, I guess, talking with Zelda and Impa and all of those people, we came to the conclusion that actually Ingo was the person who killed Talon, and this is the closing testimony, essentially. It's a really cool ROM hack, so I just really wanted to check it out. And that's what this is. But yeah, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in the Solid Plasma community. I'm glad you guys had a fun time with Jackbox. I work in a restaurant and know quite the opposite. We did fuck all in sales. That's so lame, dude. Were other people also working on 4th of July? Or did they call out? Ingo being a killer makes sense. He's an asshole. Yeah. Yeah, no, I always got bad vibes from Ingo. I'm glad they chose Ingo to be the person and not Zelda. That would have been kind of cringe. Although Zelda was kind of, in this court case, Zelda kind of was she just misled us the entire time and made like random accusations. She was just basically a red herring in the human form. But you know, just Zelda doing Zelda things, I guess. Of course you knew about the royal visitation in advance. You knew Malon would go back to the ranch house to prepare before they arrived. A perfect setup for the royals to find her next to the body. No, no, no! What are you talking about? Talon signing the ranch over to me? Preposterous! Did he really not know? I guess it was Dragmire who procured the actual document, not him. Oh, Your Honor! What is it, soldier? The box you requested is here. Oh, let's see! What is the murder weapon? Oh, and by the way, further stuff. He apparently hid the murder weapon into the milk bottles, which is what we're trying to check right now. And was trying to frame Malon, but failed at it. Already, that was quite fast. Apparently the team at the ranch had already noticed something awry with it on their own. The box arrived just as we were about to rush out a courier to deliver our message. Well, 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 let's see for ourselves then, shall we? The part of the shipment that proves my case is... Well, this one looks a little bit red, so, you know, it's probably in here. If there were a murder weapon, it would be in this one. Yo! Here it is, from the bottle with a slight red tint into the milk. Looks like some kind of serrated knife. That explains the irregular wound pretty nicely. How could those Sheikah idiots have missed this? I'm sure the milk was pure white when they first checked it. It took a whole day for the blood to dissolve in it. Either way, no matter how you slice it, this proves my theory right. Well, it sure does. Grr, okay. Oh, I've had it! Fine, fine. You wanna know why? You wanna know why I really killed that scumbag? No! No, what are you? So you admit it? Yes, yes, I admit it! What would you do if one day, after years of backbreaking labor, despite putting all into your ranch, you were thrown away like rubbish without any reason? Fired, farewell! We don't need you anymore. He was fired? No way. What? But that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, welcome in, Jimbo. Welcome to the stream. We're nearing the end of this ROM hack. We have, basically, Ingo was found guilty of a crime, the crime of killing Talon. I assume Ganon is meant to be Edgeworth? Yes, he is. It's amazing. Ho ho, don't lie, I heard it all. I was just returning back from another day of spine-wrenching work, and lo and behold, what's this? Malon and Talon are talking behind my back. I heard it all. We'll let him go after the visitation. We can handle things without him. And so, after volunteering to work on that shipment, I quietly slipped out while the girl was busy and shanked the good-for-nothing slacker. Ha! You should have seen his face. He didn't expect it at all. Oh my god. So he was just pissed off about being fired. Oh my god. So yes, Malon! I killed that lazy bum you called a father. And he deserved it! Oh my god. And before we were gonna give you a holiday? True! Oh my god. Fucked. Order! The witness will cease his boasting over such a terrible deed. I think we've heard enough. Soldiers, take him away. Wait just a moment. Ingo. Oh, I think you're right, Master. I think it's gonna happen right now. Yes, girl? Want to apologize for what you've done? Apologize? Me? You're horrible! We weren't planning to fire you at all. You were completely misunderstanding what we were saying. Huh? Oh my god, it was gonna be a holiday. Okay, cutscene. We've had so much work recently. Well, you know how it goes with the royal visits. Always a busy time. Gotta make sure everything's in tip-top shape. I do worry somewhat about old Ingo, though. He's been complaining about his back recently. I do wish he'd take a step back and relax sometime. Ha ha! Maybe we should convince him to take a vacation? Waha! Now, there's an idea. It'd do him good to just get out for a change. I'll discuss it with him after the visitation. After things calm down, we can handle everything without him. No way! You were right on the nose with this. That's Now you feel like an idiot, huh? You murdered someone for no reason, Ingo. You were just gonna get a vacation. You were planning... What? A vacation for me? And I did... No! No, it can't be so! Please say it isn't so! The chicken! The chicken! Why? Why is there a chicken? No! Oh no, you deserve this, buddy. You deserve this. That was a... Oh my god, massive cock. Wow. We have witnessed today the results of a truly horrifying misunderstanding. But misunderstanding or not, what you have done is unforgivable. Talon was a kind man, beloved by all who had good fortune to cross his path. His loss will be felt not only at his ranch, but all across Hyrule. The killer turned out to be an utterly pathetic man with delusions of grandeur. I mean, look at him! An utter idiot, dressed like a clown! Okay, well that's a bit mean. He is a murderer, but you know. Ganon, you switch sides pretty quickly, you know? Jeez, he's really laying into him. I bet he's just upset because he lost. The prosecution's rant aside, I think it is time to declare today's verdict. This is just a formality, but will the defendant please stand up to the stand? Okay. Young miss, I am very sorry for the situation you found yourself in. I am very glad you appear to have such a good attorney as a friend. I wouldn't have chosen anyone else. Aw, thanks. Yeah, Edgeworth is mad. Or Ganon is mad, I mean. Now then, without further ado... In the name of Goddess Hylia and the sacred land of Hyrule, I hereby find Malon of Lon Lon Ranch not guilty! Yay, fireworks! 4th of July, I guess, or something. I don't know. I don't know why the fireworks are having indoors, but you know. It's fine. Court is adjourned! Maven, oh my god. Massive chicken! Massive cuckoo. You know, the word cuckoo is closer to cock than the word chicken is. You think that was intended by the Zelda people? Maybe cuckoo is just a cock reference? We did it! I suppose so. I guess Ingo's outburst kind of soured the mood though, huh? I don't think I can ever forgive Mr. Ingo for what he's done. That's fair enough, honestly. Really though, you shouldn't think about that for now. You're free, it's time to celebrate. I guess you're right. Excellent work. I knew you'd pull through. Oh, thanks. I couldn't have done it without you, really. So, thank you. Now, that's not quite right. If you want to thank someone, I'm not the one who deserves it the most. Huh? Zelda? Your Highness? I thought you were going back to the Hyrule Castle. What strings did Impa have to pull to get her here? Zelda, you just lied the entire time. I don't want to talk to you right now. But I realized I should apologize for what I did personally. It's an honor. There is no need to bow, not after what I've done. Really, if not for my status, I would have probably been carted off to the prison alongside that angry little man. Perjury's pretty serious, so... Or perjury's pretty serious, so... That's probably not entirely wrong. As usual, you don't give yourself enough credit, Your Highness. How can you say that, detective? I almost condemned an innocent person to prison! Yes, there were some things you should think twice about doing in the future. But it's all thanks to you that the young lady over here finally went free. Huh? It was the oil! Because of the oil, right? Are we talking about the oil? Maybe we're talking about the oil. Why'd I have to still present evidence? I can't die here, can I? Imagine I lose the game right now. The bottle. Well, it's true. Without this, and without knowing about the fire, we wouldn't have had any proof to substantiate our claims. And, really, your obviously false testimony helped us a lot too. Youch! Input just stepped my foot. Well, there you have it. In any case, I'm sure Miss Malon isn't too upset. Well, sure. 10, hut! Oh, there he is. We have orders to escort the princess back to the castle immediately. Ah, just in time. Farewell, your highness. And so they left. Now then, listen to me. I know that I am perchance being too lenient on the princess, but tough times are ahead. The princess will need all the confidence she can get to lead the kingdom through them. She needs to learn to take responsibility for her actions too, though. And she will. Huh? Her Highness is in for a rather unpleasant afternoon today, I imagine. The urgency with which she has just been escorted out of here isn't coincidental. Bleh. What is the king gonna do? Scold her? At the very least. Now then. My duties call, unfortunately, so I must be off. Again, you did well today, both of you. I trust that I will be able to rely on you in future court proceedings as well. I'll try my best. That's all I can ask. That unpleasant prosecutor seems to be making his way over here, so I'll be excusing myself post-haste. Farewell! Uh-oh. You! Oh, that was a jump scare! What the heck? Ganon's face is so... What? Ganon's face. You. Hello, nice day we're having, isn't it? Tell me now, where did that blasted detective go? To have my reputation tarnished this way by some novice attorney from the boonies. Dramatic much? He looks about ready to burst from anger. Don't be such a sore loser. You lost. Deal with it. Delete the last one for typo purposes? Oh yeah, sure. 150. I didn't even catch the typo. Yeah, we got the right verdict. Doesn't that make you at least a little bit glad? God, Ganon is kind of ugly. Yes, I suppose there is some worth in that. What transpired is most unfortunate. I can only offer my condolences. Just remember that it was the freaking finger wave, dude. Just remember that it was the meddling of that idiotic princess and the stupidity of that blasted detective that led to your arrest. So if you have any grievances, take it up with them. I mean, you kind of did a lot too, Ganon. Perfect. Oh God. I suppose there is some truth to what he's saying. Speaking of the detective, it appears she has fled from me like a cuckoo on fire. Mark my words, she will regret what she's done for generations. Oh man. Well, that sure was something. I don't know if he was being sincere or just wanted to shift blame onto someone else. I wouldn't say he's entirely blameless. Never mind that. Do you think you'll be alright running the ranch by yourself? Of course I'll come visit, but I have my own attorney duties too. I'll get in touch with the castle, see if they can spare some men to work at the ranch. Silly as my father may have seemed, he really did prepare me to take over that one day, and he's taught me that well. Oh yeah, now Malon's gonna be running the ranch, huh? I'll make sure that animals are well cared for just as I always have. I mean, there's still a tragedy that happened here. I don't know why we're happy, but you know, that's the spirit. I believe in you. I really want to thank you for bringing the truth to light. If it wasn't for you, I don't even want to think about what could have happened. I guess that Malon's just happy she's not... Yeah, okay, that's fair. Don't mention it. I'm just glad everything worked out in the end. And so ended a very personal case for me. It felt like a weight had been lifted off my back. Malon continued working at the ranch, hoping to make it prosper even beyond what her father was able to accomplish. I didn't really think much about it, but the days following were some of the happiest I've lived for a long time. Little did I know that a terrible tragedy would soon shock the entire kingdom, and I'd find myself smack dab in the middle of it. But that's a legend for another day. Well, yeah, GG. Such a well-made ROM hack. It's just amazing what fan creations are capable of. They basically just like revamped the entire Ocarina of Time, whatever you want to call, system into an Ace Attorney game. Just a really impressive undertaking, honestly. Good game. Understood nothing but good game. And this is my excuse for kind of playing something that's close to Ace Attorney too, right? Like, I haven't done anything Ace Attorney related. I definitely sucked ass at this and screwed up and did not know the answers to various things, but it was a good game. That's for sure. What is this guy? Genuinely, what is that little snow, like whatever, ice climber dude? What is he? What part of the game is he from? Man, I need to play Ocarina of Time now, it seems. Suckass? I just remember the cursed guy. Suckass? Well, that's his name? Oh, the cursed chatter. What's his name? Suck ass? Oh, no. Oh, yeah, him talking about sucking ass. Yeah. It's okay. We nuke those people. Yo! Look at him playing the piano. He's popping off. What the hell? And there's the princess again. People have to be horny, but not in that way. Because that shit makes me uncomfortable as fuck. Yo, look at the kitty cat! Aww! What a friend. That's like, did they just straight up make a kitty cat model in the game? Oh my god. Z64, special thanks. Puss. Oh, they're standing in front of the grave. Aww. Special thanks to Zelda Ocarina of Time staff. You know, that's a fair point. Oh, 7 indeed. And I guess the ROM hack itself ended up being like exactly 4 hours, which is, I guess, that was the upper limit of what I expected it to take, the length of time that I expected it to take, but it's still like, I guess that makes sense that it would be that that long. So yeah, I mean, yeah, overall, here, I can just keep showing that. I think that was the end of it. There was only one episode that has been released so far, but there will be more that are released in the future, so that is something to look forward to. And yeah, no, really cool stuff. I'm guessing that there probably isn't another person streaming this exact ROM hack currently, is there? Let me just double check. Wow, there's a lot of people who play Ocarina of Time. Actually, I don't know if I can even tell. Oh, there's one guy. Okay, Sheena Qua Phoenix. I want to watch another person experience this now. So I'm gonna go raid this new guy. Sheena Qua Phoenix. He's playing the same thing, basically. And now we know exactly what the right answers are. We can see how that goes. Did I spell this right? Shinakwa Phoenix. I'm just gonna copy and paste this so I make sure that I got this down. Okay.
And your home's also your
yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I mean, it was a bit of a unique stream. This is not a normal thing that I do stream, but I like to experiment sometimes. And it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too. Thanks for the support with all of this. I mean, it means a lot to me. And yeah, we're gonna go send some love over to Shinakwa Phoenix now. Alright, have a wonderful night, you guys.